you have the link to the stream?
Just going to make sure that it is definitely going to be working. It says I'm live, but sure that it is there we go. Definitely going to be working. Bingo. There we go. Okay.
So should I jump to my laptop instead of my phone?
You can do what you want there.
Depend on plus play Smash at the same time. So.
Oh.
I finally beat the fucking thing. Now I'm trying to beat the alternate endings. Dude, God, is this thing an ass? That is part of my hairy ass tank.
Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the stream that has just started.
There you go.
Hello, Rachel. Okay, so before we start, some of you might notice that Z's name was removed. I'm not going to go into the info, by the way, but something happened and he won't be joining us now. So he will be explaining it himself at some point. I don't know when. So no questions about it, please.
Yes.
Anyway, so welcome everybody. Let me just get the full chat open. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Miguel. Hello, myself. Oh yeah, because I put the announcement on.
Hello, myself.
So yeah, I saw a comment from me in the chat. I was like, when did I post that? But that was before the stream. Anyway, let's start with intros. I am Ugly Stewie, the main person of this channel, and you guys.
Yes, hello. I am Dan, aka SOJ Shadow Plays. It's nice to meet you all.
And the voice of your dreams.
The guy who's probably going to take all the attention in the chat with his sexy voice.
I don't know why.
You're the voice of my dreams? Hold on, let me get wet, fam.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. You know what? Hold on. Let me make sure to let my viewers know that this stream is not going to be PG.
We are definitely not PG. I mean, we can try to be PG, but that's as far as we'll get. No.
Right, where
it's like with me and Stewie. Yeah, with me and Stewie, it's pretty much like we're damn good friends. We talk like we're about to either drink or something.
You guys talk like sailors.
Pretty much.
Where the hell did I save that list? There it is. Thank God, I thought I lost it.
By the way, hi Stewie, hi Jacob.
Hi Pink.
Hey Lindsay.
Just getting the list open. Yeah, I'm not as ugly as I used to be, but somebody did mention that it's not just my looks that have to be ugly. Somebody said it could also be my language that's ugly, so...
Yeah, you have ugly language.
Hey, Jesse!
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
So, yeah, what has 2019 got coming up for us all? First on my list, we've got Free for All. So anything we're looking forward to that we're doing this year, aside from PAX, because that's in the list.
Let's see. Is there anything in particular I'm looking forward to in 2019?
Well, in April, I've got Decon, where this year I will be cosplaying as my favorite, Spyro the Dragon.
Nice.
Not in a dragon form, it'll be more human form, because I'm not wearing a heavy dragon outfit. Fuck that shit.
Oh, you sure? You would have looked cute.
Don't worry, we'll put you in body paint. And that way, you know.
No, I'm basically just going to be wearing a wig. I've got the horns being made, and the wings, and a tail. I'm just going to wear like a human outfit with it. I think it'll go pretty good. It'll look quite anime, at least.
We're going to get him one of those long sleeve t-shirts that has like Spyro's body on it and stuff. You're just going to see the scales.
It's, I guess, kind of more of a wrestler. Yellow vest, a purple body warmer, and I'm getting some purple armbands as well that go right down my arm. Has to be made out of chainmail, so it's heavy as. What about you?
Spyro Mania then? What you gonna do, brother?
What about you guys? Anything you're looking forward to?
Oh, Disney World in October.
Ooh.
Outside of PAX. But we'll get to that subject soon.
Very well. Anything else? Anything for you, Raven?
Not really. I sometimes I don't plan my life ahead. I don't know what it is.
Wow, sounds like you lead a very fun life.
I am living a very fun life. It's an unplanned life.
This at home, never joining conventions. Because I'm just gonna socialize by playing Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah, that's my way of socializing right there. It's like, hey, if I want to hang out with Stewie and Dan, let's play Mario Kart.
Finish primary school and going into college. Nice, Rachel. All right, so I guess that's everything for that. I guess we could go into the subject of PAX, and I'm gonna try not to cry.
Oh.
I know. Because this year Stewie was planning on going, but due to unfortunate circumstances, he can no longer attend. Which sucks.
I'm moving on the 23rd, so I have to stick around.
Yep.
I'm depressed now.
Because we'll miss you this year.
I know.
There's a giant plethora of people coming this year.
I know. I was gonna bring a camera, and I wanted to make a music video of us all. I was gonna use the Friends theme. I'll be there for you, and I'm just gonna get us all doing video clips and stuff. I had a great one for Rigo. I was gonna nick one from one of Retro's videos of him. Rigo on the car machine, just have you seen Cat? I was just gonna put that in.
That cracks me up every time. Have you think hot?
But I'm interested to hear what you guys are going to be doing at PAX.
Well, let's see. We're gonna probably have a blast, just getting to see each other. Probably do some small venues, get a look around. It's mainly like I said, it's mainly not so much the venues. It's mainly just getting to see each other face to face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say probably the most important thing, which I could do anytime, but basically the experience for everyone else has to be Taco Palenque. There's a lot of people are basically coming to PAX just for Taco Palenque. That's what I feel. I feel like most of them are just coming forward to Taco Palenque.
Well, I'm going for Jacob Palenque.
Hey. You can play with my Palenque anytime. I mean, what?
Wow.
It's getting steamy in here. All right.
I think everybody's going to be going after Jacob.
No, you know where you're standing, Lindsay? You're standing in the back watching me and Jacob have an orgy.
Oh, jeez. She's just going to have a camera. She's going to be the one with the camera. Oh, jeez.
Is Pink hiding in the chat? Well, kind of. I mean, she's in the background right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm already in the background.
And yes, I am moving. This place that I'm in right now was just temporary. What's that in the comments? Are you going to be rapping so you can be spitting fire? What? That was the comment from Jesse.
Are you gonna be rapping so you could be spitting hot fire? Oh, like Spyro, because that's the fun.
Right. I've never known Spyro to rap though.
Yo, I'm a dragon. What's happening? I don't know.
Hey, motherfuckers, I'm a dragon. I'm dragging down the halls. And if you want to mess with me, I'll be dragging down my balls.
I didn't know. Just from the start of that, I knew that you were going to already mention balls. I already knew it.
Streams will be put on hold. Streams will be put on hold for one day, so you probably won't even notice that I was gone. Because the internet is getting installed on the day that I move in, and then it's going to need like 24 hours just to like warm up. Because that's how Wi-Fi works these days, apparently.
Wait, it takes your boss 24 hours to.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, within the first 24 hours, it will go on and off, on and off. So yeah, I definitely.
I didn't know you both could do that.
Wait, what? I feel like I misheard something there.
Nutsack instead of Wi-Fi, and you made it
Oh.
more oblivious.
I
Yeah,
It's midnight. I'm not even fully awake just now.
Stewie.
I've got a black coffee at least, because I have no milk left.
Oh, you poor bastard. Make fun of you.
Just put the extra.
Yeah, that's how long it takes. Oh.
No,
Oh,
collapses on knees crying. There will just be a day. You know what? It might even be a day where I don't have anything planned for streaming anyway. Most likely. Want to hear a joke? Go for it, Rachel. Anyway, I guess that's everything to say about PAX. Anything else to say?
No, not really.
Just meeting up, have a blast.
Yeah, I know they want to do some karaoke, and
Oh, there is one thing I'm going to be doing at PAX. I'm probably going to be spending some time with Retro for the first time. Because he's not going to PAX either.
No, he's going to pack.
What?
I think.
No, he's got exams.
Oof.
Yeah, he's not going.
Yeah, he canceled a long time ago.
Yeah. So if there's time, I might be doing something with him. If he has time. That is. Anyway, what is
That's a
on?
plus side.
Hmm?
I said that's a plus side.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see. So next, I've got a list of upcoming games for 2019. It's not a very big list, but I'm sure people will come up with other games if I've missed it. First on the list is Kingdom Hearts 3. That is something I'm definitely looking forward to.
Yes. So I've been with the Kingdom Hearts series ever since I was a kid. Probably ever since it came out. I've been looking forward to this game for a long time. And it's funny because I've already mentioned this a few times, but okay, because Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite games. It's one like the top, and so when I started doing Kingdom Hearts again, like streaming it, I didn't consider that Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out so soon. So it's funny that I'm actually playing the games 1, 2, and 3 right after the other. And I've just been waiting for this game for a long time. I remember this is a game that shaped my childhood. Okay, I remember being in school and me and my friend would grab sticks, pretend they were keyblades, and we were just smacking each other around with it. That was.
Wait, I have a question to that. Who played Goofy and who played Donald Duck's lifeless body?
What?
Wow.
It's a running joke for Kingdom Hearts fans because Goofy will always be your best helper, but Donald doesn't do shit. Like he'll heal Goofy, he'll heal himself, and then he'll just die consistently. And it's like Donald Duck, fucking help me, guys.
That's like a lot of those kind of games where you get 3 characters, 2 of them helping you. There's always they all just go in the wrong direction. Like, no, come this way. Oh, you just died. Thank you very much.
Pretty much.
You just have that one person that wants every game.
But yeah, I've played I don't think it's all of them, but I've played most of the Kingdom Hearts games and never completed a single one. I'd get so far through them, and I just get to this bit where I try it 1,000 times. I'm like, yeah, I've completed the game. I'm done.
That's it. It just ends there. No, I've been looking forward to this game. This game has been the game that has made me rage as a child. as well as like it was my childhood. Like there was the story is very complicated. You know, that's to say that is even an understatement right there. But but you know, the game is a great game, and I'm pretty excited for it. There's a lot of interesting things that they're doing with it now. They're with the inclusion of Pixar to it. It's gonna be a little bit different because a lot of people they've been wanting there to be like Toy Story and Kingdom Hearts before, and you know it was always like no, we can't because Disney doesn't own Pixar. Now we're finally getting that, which is like very interesting. That we're finally getting Pixar part of it because before when it was mentioned, it was just like no, that's never gonna happen. Now you talk about it, it's happening.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to look forward to. In my opinion, the game is kind of looking a little bit ridiculous in the fact of the way he fights. I kind of feel like he's a little bit all over the place, but that's not going to stop me from getting the game or possibly enjoying the game because you know when you get a game, a lot of it you enjoy story, but you know, and a lot of it you enjoy gameplay. There's always those two different sides. Which one you know you prefer is your choice, but you know I feel like Kingdom Hearts offers both story and gameplay. Like I said, it's complicated, but it's a good game.
Oh yeah. So yeah, when I start playing the game, it's gonna be a case of how far can I get through it before I give up.
Right before I'm like, okay, yeah, that's done.
I can't remember how far I got in the first one, but in the second one, there was this wizard guy on the balcony, and he just kept shooting this attack at me that I could not avoid, no matter which direction I ran or how high I jumped. I was just like, screw this.
Oh, you're probably talking about the Jafar fight.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Jafar. It wasn't even a Disney character.
Huh. Was it probably an optional boss?
Wait, did he say the second game?
Second game, yeah.
Wait, second game. Wizard character.
I have a feeling that might have been near the end.
Oh, are you talking about the one that shot like beams at you?
Yes.
Oh, he's talking about Zigbar.
No, he's like a sorcerer or something.
That one was.
Yeah, that guy has guns. Yeah, they're guns that he shoots at you. A whole bunch of them. That fight is ridiculous. Like the way I ended up being that fight the first time was I basically kept spamming Donald Flair constantly in that fight. That was the only way I knew how to survive. And then later on, I got good at the game because you know when you
learn, hey, reflect helps a little bit.
Right. Like because when you're a kid, you don't really think about that stuff. Like you know, you're playing it, and so like you know afterwards, you know, you start thinking a little bit more strategically. You're like, you know, hey, you know what? I can do this move. That's gonna help me, and that's not gonna drain all my MP. So I'm probably gonna end up surviving a lot better. And you know, that fight was a ridiculous fight, especially when it's that very small square that he's like shooting you constantly.
Yeah.
That part is a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, agreed.
So, before I'm... Shadow, you got anything to say about the upcoming Kingdom Hearts?
Not really, actually. I'm very hyped to try it out when it comes out. I'm gonna be even more hyped to play it when it happens. I'm gonna be streaming that some bitch like it's my second waifu.
Any specific worlds we're looking forward to? For me, I'm gonna have to say Monsters Inc.
I'm looking more forward to Big Hero 6.
Oh, that's gonna be in it?
Yeah.
I never saw that on the list.
Yeah, there's San Fran Tokyo, whatever it's called.
Yeah, San Fran Tokyo.
Nice.
And it looks amazeballs. You get to go on what looks like the Golden Gate Bridge, at least for a cutscene. I don't know so much about a fight, but either way, it should be fun and exciting.
What about you, Raven? Any specific world you're looking forward to playing in?
I'm actually surprisingly. I know it's not too much. I'm like excited to do Hercules again because this time we're finally going to be able to go to Thebes,
Ooh,
which is
nice.
which is insane, you know, like, and
Thebes,
from what
that
we saw of the world so far, that's a pretty big world right there. You could go to Thebes, you can go to Mount Olympus. Like, to me, that's pretty crazy. All the areas.
Oh yeah.
Thebes, was that where Hercules knocked the pillars over, or was that the bigger city?
No, yeah, that's the big city.
The bigger city, yeah.
Yeah, that's where he goes to train, well, to get his first test. And then
Yeah.
Where he fights the Hydra. There you go.
right.
Disney nerd.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's a
I
great
think out of
movie.
everybody here, Pink Lady is definitely the biggest Disney nerd.
I
Well,
could probably
maybe one of the
probably
bigger ones.
I could probably
I don't
argue
know,
with that,
Jacob.
maybe.
If I would show you on a video camera all the stuff she's collected over the years of Disney paraphernalia, you'd
I'd-
kind of get a heart for all that.
I do have some
Yeah.
knowledge on like some really old Disney stuff that are probably like older than my grandparents. And I don't meet many people who know that stuff. Like, So Dear to My Heart, Song of the South.
Oh gosh, I love Song of the South.
Yeah, that's one of the more famous ones.
I used to bring that back in form. I really
Anyway, what was next in the games list? Oh, Resident Evil 2, the remake.
Oh,
Now, for those who don't know, the demo for Resident Evil 2 Remake is out now on PS4. So if you do have a PS4, for fuck's sakes, download it now.
I don't even know what
Alright.
my controller is.
Yeah, Rigo did it earlier when he was live streaming, and by God, the graphics are amazing to start, number one. Number two, granted, it's a half-an-hour demo, so that's going to be the only kick in the teeth. It literally,
Nice.
it's like, oh, hey, demo, but you can literally only play a half an hour's worth, which kind of sucks ass.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Raven?
That's the only
Oh.
plus.
yeah, time flies when you're having fun with that. So 30 minutes, I feel like isn't too much, but
It's not like
yeah,
an end all. It's still amazingly well.
I've played a lot of the Resident Evil games. I can't remember if I ever played the original number 2, but I definitely played some of the older ones where the graphics were kind of like blocky squares and diamonds and all that.
I've been actually considering playing the second one again because I have it for the GameCube. And
Yeah.
yeah, like the game looks amazing. From what I've seen of it, it looks amazing. I like that they changed it basically to third person. It's it's pretty cool. Because let's see, the original one came out when? That was like 1998. Which, like that game was way overdue for a remake when you think about it. Like it's pretty insane that we're finally getting it because this is actually coming up on what, like a 20 year anniversary for it.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
I think a lot of the
it's-
remakes are actually on the 20-year anniversary recently.
right. And
Yeah, not all.
the game, I'm hoping that it sticks to its roots. I'm kind of I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit like sad the fact that they didn't do another just first Resident Evil game remake.
Mhm.
But then again, they did do a remake which they did do on the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube. But I'm just a little bit sad that they didn't want to do it again. At least something like this, give it a third person, and with these updated graphics. But that does not mean that I am any less excited for this game, which this game is going to be great.
I just had a thought. Wasn't one of the more recent Resident Evil games a flashback to the first game? Not exactly a remake, but like had parts of the first.
I think I know which one you're talking about. It's
What, the Umbrella Chronicles or Dark Side Chronicles or whatever?
yeah, I think
I
it was
can't
something
remember
like
which
that.
one.
Yeah,
I
where
think
it
that
kind of like
was.
gives the backstories of like, oh, what's going on between all the Resident Evils, but you play either as Chris, Claire, Leon, and for some reason Wesker.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, there's I've seen something about that game. It's pretty interesting, like that all of the different like stories they've thrown out there and stuff, and they kind of I'm not sure if that one shows anything behind the scenes or not.
Hmm.
Uh but yeah, I'm not sure what console that even came out for, honestly. I know they
That
did some
Wii, I believe that it came out for.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's one that's not on the list for game there, Stewie, but may I make a suggestion for one?
Yeah.
Has anybody outside of me heard of Diablo Immortal that's coming out? Now, it's to be announced, but it's for the mobile. For those who have been fans of the Diablo series, it kind of pissed off a lot of people because they were hoping for a fourth installment rather than, the definitive edition on the Switch. They were like, okay, definitive edition on the Switch and consoles and whatever, great, but we want a fourth. It's been, let's say about good 7 years. What are your thoughts, though? Because the beta right now is going on, where it's like you can pre-register. Some people are doing the beta.
Well, all I can say is I know nothing about Diablo. I've never played any of the games. I never really knew it to be a popular one, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, it is. It's actually a really decent game franchise.
All right.
I've seen things of Diablo. I played it a little bit with one of my friends, but I never got too much into it, especially because that he was only visiting and he brought his Xbox. But the game, when I played it, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I was going to get the remake that they did on Switch, not remake, the port that they did on Switch, but I don't know. I never went for it, which I'm probably going to end up doing later because the game does look fun. Like, it to me looks like one of those games that you play with your friends.
Oh yes.
And those are the kind of games that you want to play, is the games that you play with your friends. If they have a good story to it and stuff, that's always even better.
It does, and it's many other game franchises have actually ripped off Diablo's method of exploration does reward you, where it's like it's what they call the loot fest in those games. So where it's like Diablo, I defeat an enemy or a specific boss, and there's like a shit ton of gold and enemies that just constantly drop. And these guys were the pioneers of that kind of crap in isometric or top-down RPG styled games like that. All right, what else is on our game list, Captain?
We just did Resident Evil 2. Next on the list, I don't really know much about the original game because I didn't play much of it. I played it in school, but Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel, which I think is going to be a remake of the original.
Crash Team Racing, I remember that. PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
And it was actually really, really good, too.
I only ever played that one in the in an after-school club where my mom was staying, like, late at work, and I just went to this little place where the kids stayed after school and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they had it on the PlayStation there, so I played it there a few times. I never actually owned the game, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I played the game. I think I probably did. My only thing is I feel like, in a sense, this is more of Sony's way of trying to catch up. I mean, I'm not saying, because I know the game's going to be coming out in the Switch and the Xbox as well.
Mm-hmm.
The game originally came out on the PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
I kind of feel like this is, like a way to compete with other racing games, because you got, as well as Sonic, that's going to be coming out with a racing game.
I
Another
think
one.
that's in the list.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it is.
you know, then you got like Mario Kart. You know, it's like when you have so much to compete with and stuff, sometimes it can get a little bit difficult. You know, like if you don't present it right, because like me personally, I don't think anything's gonna really be able to replace Mario Kart. But I do think, you know, like the game does have a chance. I know there's a lot of people that are loyal fans to Crash, so you know it's not going to be like a thing of, you know, and yeah, it's an alternative solution to those who are on PlayStation, Xbox. You know, for Switch, not sure how well it'll do, but you know they did port over the trilogy, and I think that did well on the Switch. I'm not
Oh yeah, that
sure.
got decent reviews actually.
And yeah, so you know, it's like that's. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able, you know, to do well with it. We'll see where it goes, but not sure if it's something I'm really looking forward to. There's a lot of other games in which I'm looking forward to before I go to Crash Team Racing, but you know, if the game does do good reviews and stuff, if it does come out fine, you know, maybe that might be something I look into even more.
Well, I think I will definitely be getting the game and giving it a try when it comes out, depending on the price of it.
Well, I mean, obviously it's going to be it's $60.
It's like 40.
Price.
No, it's
Oh,
it's
really?
$40 game.
What, Crash
Is
Team
it
Racing?
from the same company? What is it? Toys by Bob or whatever it is.
Toys for Bob.
Yeah, Toys for Bob. Thank you. But I mean, me personally, I think it's going to be a nice remake of the original. The original, though, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. It was kind of like a mixture of excuse me. It was a mixture of regular Crash Bandicoot, like exploration, but at the same time, it was like not just racing. Their story mode, they actually had a story mode, and it was for better or for worse, like its own little adventure. Like, okay, you know, in these races, you have to collect these specific things, similar to like how Sonic R was. For those who have played Sonic R, you have to collect specific things, and then you finish the race. And it was just like, oof. But for the other aspects, yeah, it was pretty fun and exciting. I hope that the company Toys for Bob, by Bob, whatever,
For Bob.
they could really fix some of that shit and make it just a standalone race game, and it would work out a lot better than the whole, you know, exploration crap, because it really kind of killed most of that franchise.
Yeah.
So
I think it was bad enough they put Crash and Spyro into a show together. That was just that was wrong.
please, you know what? A remake of those. Spyro Orange and Crash Purple.
Oh God.
You remember those Game Boy Advance titles? Where Spyro ended up in Crash Bandicoot's world and vice versa.
I don't think I ever played that one.
No.
Really? Yeah, they were. They
I
were
will
both
definitely
in
have
the
to look that
Game Boy
one up for sure.
respectively.
But yeah, for sure. I definitely never
don't
played a
remember that.
Spyro game on the Game Boy Advance. Never.
I played one of the Spyro games. Can't remember which one it was exactly. But yeah, it was a good game. I remember raging a lot at it. I was a kid. I was raging a lot at it. Like I think one time I even like threw the Game Boy because that's how much it made me rage. But you know, I don't think I've ever heard of Crash Bandicoot and Spyro doing a crossover.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't.
you guys gotta check it out sometime. Be very interested.
The one I was talking about wasn't in a game. It was in the Skylanders Academy.
How dare you talk about the disgusting game franchise? Skylanders. Oof.
I've got to be honest, I only liked the first two, and then they just lost all focus on Spyro altogether.
You're right. Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt like like when they first announced Skylanders, I was like thinking, "Oh, that's awesome!" Like they're doing a Spyro game with Spyro and friends, because that's basically what it was, Spyro and friends.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's like okay,
No,
who's that dude?
it's like
Yeah,
nope,
he's not even
it's
the hero of the
Spyro
game
and
anymore.
friends,
What?
It's just friends
Right.
plus Spyro.
Yeah.
Right, like I didn't feel like Spyro had anything to do with Skylanders anymore because before wasn't it originally like Spyro and Friends Skylanders? Like
it was originally called Skylanders Spyro's Adventure.
Yeah.
right,
And I
And
still
then-
don't call that a sequel to the last game. It will never be a sequel to
No.
me.
but and then the fact that they just ended up cutting Spyro out completely, it was like it made
Yeah.
you kind of feel like Spyro was just an addition to the game. That was just
Yeah.
their way of platforming this game, and it was like launching it up there, and then next thing you know, oh, you know what? Yes, Spyro was never the main character.
Yeah.
We just tricked you all.
Are you kidding me? What I found more disgusting was the fact that what was it? One of the other Spyro installments was like, oh hey, guess what? You can have Bowser as your Skylander.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
God.
Donkey Kong.
I'm done.
And Donkey
I'm just
Kong.
threw my hands up in the air like I'm done.
Yeah, they added
Don't get me wrong, I
Bowser
like
and
Bowser.
Donkey Kong.
Bowser's
That
one
was
of my favorite villains, but if you're making his bitch ass into like a Skylander, nope. The
it
stupid kids
also
can say take my money, but I'm saying nope.
it also didn't make sense in a sense because could you play as Bowser and Donkey Kong in other versions of it, or
With a
was
couple of
it-
hacks here and there, yeah, you could.
huh? Huh?
Although
that's
apparently in one of the first games there was a Bowser Easter egg hidden in one of the levels. I can't remember which one it was. I think it
I'm
was
just
in.
surprised that Nintendo even allowed it.
I think it was in Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. I think it was in that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was next on the list? Something I haven't played in years. A new Mortal Kombat game, the 11th game. Is
Oh yes.
Oh,
coming out this-
man.
I haven't played that in years.
Scary,
All right.
amazing.
Now let's talk about the games I suck at.
Raiden being attacked by Scorpion alone was an interesting start to a trailer. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
Raiden's dead? What?
I can't remember many of the characters' names, but I have seen how it's gotten over the years. The fact that you're now seeing the bones break in some of the games.
Yeah, that game became savage. That
So
game
I'm now
became way too
interested to
savage.
see how nasty it's going to get with the newer games.
The crazy thing is, I'm in shock here that Nintendo is picking this game up and having
my
it
God.
on the Switch. That's the thing that and that kind of tells you something. That Nintendo's actually doing these more adult games now, which really cool of them.
Yeah.
But I can't fathom that Nintendo's actually
are you
doing.
kidding me? Back in the day, Nintendo was the reason why we had the ESRB made. Like Nintendo's actions, freaking what's his face from Connecticut? What the fuck was his name? Lieberman, Joseph Lieberman, and them attacking Sega on the game Night Trap in Mortal Kombat. That was the reason the ESRB was created in the first place, was because it was Nintendo's way to say, fuck you, Sega. We got to do something about this because our games are wholesome and family. Theirs isn't.
Right.
So, nowadays, Nintendo's like, oh, we got to buy the latest Mortal Kombat. What the fuck happened?
Yeah. Like the game, I've never been too much into the Mortal Kombat series. I've played it a good amount, but I've always been pretty bad at it. Last time I did play it, I did get somewhat, I guess you could say, skilled ish. But the game, to me, I'm just horrible at games like that. I had to use Raiden and I had to charge at you, basically, where he just starts screaming like a banshee. That's the only move I'm actually good at. So it's gonna be interesting seeing this game, especially because how long has it been since the 10th installment? Wasn't that just
what's
like
about
knows.
years?
I was like, didn't that come out in like 16 or
Roughly.
15 or 16?
I couldn't say because I haven't played Mortal Kombat since it was on. Did I play it on the PlayStation or the Sega? I can't remember.
Which one? Mortal Kombat 4?
It was one of the earlier ones. That's all I can say.
No, I think that's a literal last Mortal Kombat I've ever played was the 4th installment on between the N64 and the PlayStation 1.
I think it
You
might
smack
have.
your opponent into the screen back then.
Yeah, I think
It kind of makes.
I think it would have been earlier than the 4th game because it wasn't so 3D when I played it.
Ah, so you're probably thinking
It was all toony
Yeah.
and colorful and.
Yeah, the game. I'm interested to see what characters they bring into this one, because like they brought in like DLC characters for the last one. You had like Predator and Alien coming in. You had Leatherface. It's gonna be interesting seeing like if they incorporate those like already in the game, or if they're just gonna go with a whole new lineup of characters and DLC, like what they're gonna be doing about it. Because some of those I feel like are interesting enough to bring back.
Speaking
Like,
of, I'm gonna Kanye West this real quick
Oh God.
because there was one thing that kind of miffed me a little, and it was just simply this. Okay, so for those who know the Walking Dead series, they took Negan and they placed him in a game franchise as a DLC character, but not the franchise you're thinking of. Everybody would thought it'd be Mortal Kombat. No, guess what this bastard's ass is in?
Tekken.
Fucking Tekken.
Oh God.
You would figure a character like Negan from The Walking Dead with his Bat Lucille fucking barbed wire piece of shit would be perfect for Mortal Kombat. Especially imagine the fatality where he just bashes your fucking skull to mush.
And they wouldn't have to censor it either.
Nope.
Yep.
What's the Jesse?
I just saw that pop up on my screen as well.
I don't understand it either. It doesn't make sense to me. Like when I saw that they're doing something like that, I basically like put my what face on right away. I was like, wait, what? Like this doesn't make sense. Tekken isn't a bloody, gory game. Why would they add someone who's like pretty bloody and gory? Like this dude is the same dude that like killed Glenn, bashing his head in,
bashing his skull in.
right? And it's like, how does that fit in with Tekken? Like, not saying that Tekken has been wholesome, family fun or anything like that, but it doesn't fit. Like Tekken feels a lot more cartoony.
No, their version of blood is sparks and flashes.
Right. It's like it's like Power Rangers, kind of thing. And I don't know. It doesn't really add up to me, but it's weird.
It is. Very much so.
Oh yeah. I haven't even played the second game of this, but I've got Luigi's Mansion 3 in this list.
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to this game.
I really need to catch up with it.
So, let me tell you something about Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion is, a lot of people don't give it as much credit as it deserves. That is one of the best GameCube games out there. I love that game.
Underrated.
Right, it's very underrated. A lot of people don't give it the time of day because they're like, hey, look, it's just Luigi. It's like, no, this game is really good. I love this game. The second one, I had to say I didn't care for New Moon. I have the game.
Dark Moon, whatever the fuck it was?
Yeah, Dark Moon, yeah. I had to say I don't care about the game because the game, to me, the fact that they did multiple mansions, I have the game, but I just never finished it because, after like playing it for a little bit, I was like, this is weird. Like, I'm already going to the final room of the mansion. This mansion kind of feels small. And next thing you know, it's like, oh no, yeah, this is just one of the several mansions you have to go through. I'm just like,
Oh, they're
screw
trying
that.
to pull us Elder.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, screw that. And then the fact that you can't really, it didn't feel like I could really control it because it was under missions instead of it like doing it all one, like you could go around to any room you want and like, go back and forth. It was like, nope, you had to do it by missions. If you want to do this part, then you have to go into this mission so you could get that. And then it was just really, to me, it just kind of was bad. I'm hoping that's not the case for the third one. If they're not doing it on just the 3DS, they're doing it on the Switch. So this is their moment to like fix that wrong. And I know I could probably get a lot of heat for that. A lot of people probably do like Dark Moon. I didn't care for it personally, but I'm hoping that they do really well because the game looks amazing from what they've shown so far. That little teaser looks amazing.
I've got to be honest with you guys. There's one thing in particular I'd like to see. The possibility of that happening is very slim, and I'm very disappointed about it. But there is a Luigi's Mansion arcade that I want to play so badly. Now, for those who don't know, the game is very limited to places like, Dave & Buster's, whatever. But it's a arcade version of Luigi's Mansion, very much like one of those old arcade shoot 'em ups, like the light gun shoot 'em ups back in the day.
Oh yeah, I think
dude, it looks amazing. I want to play it. It's like $3,000 though for those who want the machine. It's like, yeah.
Luigi's
like
Mansion.
$3,000.
Yeah, that sounds so worth it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, $3,000. Game looks amazing. I'd buy it, but if I had the money.
Is it like one of those proper arcade machines that are like the size of a refrigerator?
Oh, it's bigger than the size of a refrigerator. It's like one of those giant screens made for 2 people, so you guys can do co-op ghost hunting with your vacuums.
Wow.
Yeah. It's that good.
So really, I don't think $3,000's that bad for a machine like that. I
don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why people wouldn't consider doing that for, instead of arcade, just do it for a home console. Port to it. I don't know why they didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, the game though. I mean, who knows? Maybe they might add something a little, similar in the third game. Like I'm really excited for Luigi's Mansion 3. That's gonna be something that I don't think anything is gonna really stop me from getting it. That's one of those games. It's like, Nintendo, shut up and take my money. Because like I said, Luigi's Mansion is a great game. A lot of people don't give it the credit it deserves, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's something that definitely is on my top priority of games.
Oh yeah,
right.
Well, before I get the third game, I'm definitely gonna have to catch up with the first and second.
Yeah, like the first one. When did I do that? I think I did that for Halloween. I mean, the game's not like a super long game because I did that all in one stream, but it's a fun game. Like the fact that I could sit through a whole game in one stream, and that's kind of one of those games where you want to do it in one sitting because it is a fun game like that. It's not really one of those games that's like it's not one of those games that's like, oh man, I've had my sure fill of this game. It's like, like, no, I want to bite for more. I want to bite for more of this game.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if it's not that long, I could probably get the first game and do a speed run on it.
No, you can. I beat that game in like 5 hours, and I wasn't even going fast. I was taking my time.
Wow. Okay, so Team Sonic Racing.
another.
So is this a sequel to the Sonic All Stars Racing Transformed?
I think this is the one. Oh no, wait, no, I'm thinking of the movie there. Never mind. I was about to say I think this is the one where he's more 3D, but no, it's about that's the movie I'm thinking of.
Yeah, he's more 3D in this game too.
But I mean, like a fluffy kind of thing. I had the info on it. Where's it gone? Shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure it out. Which one was this one called again? It's Sonic. It's just Team Sonic Racing.
Team Sonic Racing, yeah.
Yeah, to me it sounds very much so like a sequel to the Sonic Racing Transformed whatever.
Yeah, I've played some of the Sonic Racing games before. I didn't really care too much for it. Just because when you think about it, why is Sonic even in a car? He can run super fast. Like, it doesn't make sense why he has to be in a car.
The anime has sure shit shown us, he could run faster than a car in general. So he's going at least Mach thing.
Right. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like, for this, if they really want Sonic to be in the car, just like make a deal with Nintendo and make Sonic a DLC character for Mario Kart, or have him included in Crash Bandicoot, like in Team Crash.
He's already got an amiibo for Mario Kart.
Right.
Yeah, but
and
it's only for a costume.
A meat costume, right. And you'd think, like, oh yeah, let's just add him. Let's add him as a character. We can do a little bit of a thing like, like the car looks something like what Tails would make or something. Just to give it more of a Sonic feel. But no,
make the car at least look like Tails' Tornado, the airplane that they use in all of the Sonic franchises.
I think
right.
I can't even find the information that I lost, but I think it did say something about that you're going to be able to design your own car. I think it said that.
Like
customize it.
I just really don't understand why make some of these racing games like I'm not sure if it's just the Mario Kart fan in me, but I feel like none of these are really going to be able to compete in that level.
Well, there is one if Insomniac Games actually got off their high horse and did another franchise of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think.
Twisted Metal, boys. Do another Twisted Metal.
Yes.
That would be the only competitor there. Compared to Mario Kart, Twisted Metal. I'm sorry, hands down. Just because.
Since we don't have much to say about Team Sonic Racing.
No, I'm sorry.
The next one we might be passing, World War Z. Do we have anything to say about that? I don't know what it's going to be about.
I'd skip. The only thing about World War Z that sounds interesting is it's based on the book and the movie. About the world going to absolute shit and zombies. Okay.
I hope they do something interesting with it.
Knowing the game, it's probably going to be a World War. What the fuck is it? World War Z would probably be a spin on the what's that other game franchise that they've done before? Where it was like you literally just survive and there's zombos everywhere. They use the Arma engine for it.
I have no idea.
I can't remember for the life of me right now. But they use this the Arma engine and Daisy. That's what it is. Daisy.
All right.
The game used like something called the Arma engine. The Arma engine being its own game, I guess. But you basically survive. You gather supplies. You do different shit. And people could either help or hurt you, depending.
Yeah.
I think the game is supposed to be 4 players or something, right? Isn't it multiplayer?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I did a little bit. I quickly searched it up. I think
Either
it's.
way, though, it doesn't seem like something that would interest me. It just seems like your typical zombie survivor horror bullshit.
Yeah, like I've never seen it too much. If it's something like too cartoony, like some of these games that they go about it, then yeah, that's pretty bad. But I'm gonna have to research it a little bit just to get a good idea of it.
Well,
Because I mean,
so-
I've been wanting kind of a multiplayer zombie, so we'll see what ends up happening with it.
well,
If you,
since
want to
we're
give me, if you want to give me a multiplayer zombie experience, remake an old classic. Get Sega on the phone and say, "Hey, make a 3D version of a good fan favorite called Zombies Ate My Neighbors."
yeah.
Just give me that. I'll take that.
Well, since we've chosen to skip on the World War Z, I want to add something in that I forgot to include in this list, and I'm pretty sure it's coming out this year. Which one was it? Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, I think it was.
Oh yeah, that's actually out today.
It came out
Yes.
today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So that might explain why I didn't see it on the list. When I was
Yeah, that
searching
came
there.
out today.
Today to a decent to lukewarm reception. Whereas like people are like, it's been played before, but hey, there's 2 new characters. We got Nabbit and we got Toadette, and Super Luigi U stuff is installed.
Yeah,
already.
I don't agree with Nintendo of rehashing all these games, but I guess if you didn't have, I mean, when you think about it too, it's like these are Wii U ports. Not everyone had a Wii U because the Wii U wasn't really that much of a success. When I say it wasn't much of an success, that's putting it lightly. But like, so I guess they want to like port their more successful titles, I guess you would say, of the Wii U over to the Switch, just so then like those who didn't get the chance to play it get a chance, and then they're like, oh, you know what, here's some other stuff that might interest you a little bit, like, let's try to tip the scale a little bit right here and add 2 more characters. That's kind of like what they did with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze when they ported it over. They added Funky Kong, and they're like, oh, you know what, you basically have an invincible mode. So yeah, there's a few things. They did the same with Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, but they added a few more levels with that.
Was that the one where they also added the Toadette levels in?
Yeah, I believe so. That they added Toadette levels and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and it's Nintendo kind of needs to steer a little bit away from all these ports. The only port that I could tell you that I will ever care about from the Wii U is Super Mario Maker.
Amen.
I think everybody wants
So
that.
just give us Super Mario.
I believe that is the only game on the Wii U that is actually still active.
Right, because that's the game. I don't think there's any other game on the Wii U that people actually still. I mean, everyone still streams it. That's the only. That's basically your only reason to get a Wii U
And
now.
I believe they're still putting patches on it.
Right. There used to be like, the other reason to get the Wii U was Super Smash Brothers, Wii U. But now look at what we got. We got Ultimate. Like for that, it's like screw your Wii U, get yourself a Switch. But yeah, that's the only thing. I think that's kind of something they're clinging a little bit onto. Yeah. They're holding off on it. I'm hoping they do Super Mario, Maker Deluxe or Super Mario Maker 2. Like it'd be something that they need to do because the game deserves to be ported over. Add some new stuff to it, like polish it off, make it something more that people will enjoy. Like give it something nice to it. I know a lot of people are talking about like, oh, they should do a Mario Maker that's the 3D games. I don't agree with it necessarily because it'd be a little bit way too difficult for them to do a 3D Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Like it.
I mean,
to
they
me,
probably already did the 3D Mario with which one was that? Mario Bros. U they put in it? The new soup.
Oh, you mean Super whatever Mario 3D Land?
or 3D World.
Yeah,
They did those two, and those games were good.
Yeah.
I just feel like those games weren't like, to do a 3D maker game like that would kind of, because Mario's more of a 2D platformer. We all know this. Like, not saying that he hasn't branched out and made some awesome games, but it's when you think of Mario, you think automatically 2D platform.
Yeah.
So, that's where I say they should stick with it. They should stick with their 2D platform. And just give us Super Mario Maker Deluxe or number 2. Give us brand new bosses to add. Add things that are different. Even it will be something if they made something unique for Mario Maker that you won't find in any of the other Mario games. Because that right there, that would be a real selling point.
Yeah. Speaking of...
I agree. Just literally make the freaking Super Mario Maker Deluxe.
Oh, yeah.
Just make it.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, how do we, top up on what we're doing? It's simple. And it is very simple. Take the motion controls that you have from the fucking Switch, and just literally just make it just that much easier. You could just place however you want.
Right.
It's not that hard. You can literally just make the level just as is. If you wanted to just and use the L and R respectively to change, your key items.
Right.
And if you wanted to change, keep the analog stick as is, and if you wanted to change to the other channels for like different items, use the D-pad. It's not that hard if you innovate it in the right direction. And then take some patch notes. Add some extra stuff that you couldn't in the prior Super Mario Maker. Just make the worlds a little bit bigger, maybe add more of a timer. Just the possibilities are endless if you know how to do it correctly.
Yeah. Right, and it would be smart of them too. This is my idea personally. They can easily give, if they want to do like a handheld thing of making levels. They could give us some kind of whatever
stylus?
It's stylus, like a special stylus for a handheld mode, because that would be something right there. You get the game, there's a stylus that comes with it. You can use it on your Switch, and if they wanted to add something else, like like it's to be bought separately, but it will work. Is like you can use your use this kind of platform thing. I don't know, I'm not sure exactly how to say about it or go about it, but use like some kind of other screen to be able to do whatever is necessary to make your level that way, even though you could just do it.
No, I kind of like the idea of like, how Smash Ultimate has its like when you're at the main menu where it has like this little sidebar of all these extra things.
Right.
Keep that going on, but with Super Mario Maker Deluxe. Like, if you wanted to do it the stylus way, that's fine. You have everything laid out in front of you like you would Super Mario Maker, but click that little sidebar and just kind of swipe it over, and bam, you got all this extra shit.
What about on the subject of Maker from Nintendo stuff? I think they need to make something for Mario Kart where you can make your own tracks.
That would be not a bad idea either. Custom tracks.
Yeah, because you can do that on a lot of racing games, create your own tracks and your own cars and all that. I think Mario is probably one of the only ones that hasn't done that.
Just like, you could still at least use their assets, but you can make your own version of Rainbow Road, or you can make your own version of this or that or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you could just adjust the size, if anything.
Yeah.
And they could even do it the same way as when it comes to Mario Maker. If you want it to work or something, you have to complete it before like that way it's it's a working track.
Yeah,
exactly. Like you literally have to go start to finish and keep your own little race thing to say, okay, yeah, this works.
I believe somebody did bring it up a while back, and Nintendo responded by saying, "Oh no, because people might abuse the features in it." Yeah, you brought out Mario Maker. What are people doing with that?
Abuse the features in it.
Like, how many times did you have to patch the game? Because the biggest one, you know, what was his name again? Psycho. The king of Mario Maker glitches. That man literally broke that game to where everybody else and their grandma knew how to freaking glitch Mario Maker levels.
Was it him who showed off all those really cool glitches?
Yes.
That didn't really need much skill.
Yes. It didn't really need much skill, and he actually has his own webpage on all the accounts that he had banned for trying to do, like, all these attempts to make that whole spiel work. Like, you know, this is how you do this is how you do this, with this patch, you know, this is the new way to do it, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Like, he's sat there and he spent multiple hours doing this.
Yeah.
To get it right.
Anyway,
All right, so are we moving on to the next subject?
that's the last one of the upcoming games. We could probably add more in afterwards, but this one I'm definitely looking forward to because it looks beautiful. Yoshi's Crafted World.
Ooh. Isn't that the one where it's like, instead of yarn, it's like clay or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the color and the shine they've put into this game just looks amazing.
It does look really nice. I like the fact that the camera, because I think you could play the level again, right? And then you could do it backwards.
Really?
You know, like cool. the camera. I think you could do the level again backwards, and then the camera is flipped from behind instead of the other way. So that's pretty cool. You know, I'm interested to see if they make a long game out of it, if they include, you know, some good bosses. I've never been too into Yoshi games, if I'm going to be honest. It's something that I'm definitely interested in seeing. Hopefully they do something really well with this game, because it has piqued my interest. You know, like, I'm interested to see what this game brings to the table, how well it does for the Switch.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that it's not just another, you know, Yoshi's Woolly World, because I feel like Yoshi's Woolly World,
like not another like half-assed attempt at a game. Well,
right.
Woolly World was good to a certain extent.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like Yoshi's Woolly World kind of catered a little bit too much to the children, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, have you seen that commercial? It, you know, the way they presented that game was like if they were talking to 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm hoping that's not going to be the case with this one.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, I mean, I don't know. It's a Yoshi game to me. I've always been a big fan of Yoshi games. Yoshi has been my like favorite character in any game that allows me to play Yoshi. So
yeah,
I'm hoping it works out. I really hope it's not a cash cow for Nintendo to say, "Oh hey, look, cute little fucking Mario mascot looking thing. Love him. Give us your money."
We did a half-ass attempt in making this game, so
I've
enjoy.
always loved Yoshi from the very first game I played with him, which I think was Mario Bros. Super Mario World.
Yeah, the moment you saw Yoshi pop out of that question mark block and from popping out of that egg and just went weepoo, everybody was just like unanimously A, squealed, and B, said, "Oh fuck yeah."
And then they went on to make the Yoshi's Island game. Or did that come out before? I can't remember.
No, that came out after. That's Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
You know, the only Yoshi game I think I've ever played and completed is, well, I've done Yoshi's Island too, but I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of Yoshi's Topsy Turvy.
I have.
That game was.
Now I can't even remember if I played that one or not.
that was a very interesting game. That game came out for the Game Boy. It was a game. The cartridge was like really big because it actually had motion control.
Yeah.
So like you basically turning the Game Boy, the game can sense it, and like if you're tilting, the game would tilt.
Yeah.
And it was a really interesting game. I really liked that game when I played it. That was the only game I think I can really.
Technology they used for the Pokemon pinball and added that aspect.
Oh God.
Right.
My favorite Yoshi
Which,
game
again,
ever has to be
at least they took one failure and made it a success with a Yoshi game. I give them credit
Right.
for that.
My favorite Yoshi game has to be. I can't remember the actual name for it. It's a Tetris Attack, I think it was. It was definitely a Tetris game, and it was you were basically playing as Yoshi through the whole thing.
Oh, Yoshi's Cookie.
No, it wasn't that. It was Tetris Attack, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
It was just Tetris Attack. Huh. I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah, it was quite good.
All right. Next topic.
Well, actually, before we move on to that,
Yeah, any more
one more
games?
game. One more game
Yeah.
that I'm not sure if it's coming out this year. There's actually two games I'm wondering about, but I'll talk about one of them right now. Which I'm not sure how familiar you guys are, or if you guys enjoy the Fire Emblem series.
Oh, yes. I just hate flying.
Not really heard of that name, to be perfectly honest.
That game, that's a great game for those who like strategy, RPGs kind of strategic, tactical games. It to me is one of the games like I love the fact that they're going to be doing a brand new one on the Switch. From what I've seen so far, it's going to be interesting because they're going back to the whole like 3D Fire Emblem games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that game comes out this year. They haven't given it a proper like announcement on which they basically only gave a teaser of it. But I'm hoping that game does come out this year because that is a game I have been looking forward to for a long time. It feels like they're going kind of back to their Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn kind of style. And I did enjoy that game. Those are some of the more rare Fire Emblem games to find.
Wasn't Path of Radiance like Game Boy Advance as well?
No, it was just for the GameCube.
Oh, okay.
That game was that game is a very rare game to find. That game, I think, if you like look it up on eBay, some of it can go for like about $200.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of how bad I was looking for the game I'm playing on my channel. The whole Shadow Hearts game.
Oh yeah.
That game, the original game alone, is like the price of a brand new game. When I asked Lindsay to find it for me way back when, she's like, "Oh hey, I found it on eBay, $60 fucking."
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot. A lot of the old popular games get a lot of money now. It's crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of games like if the game is old and still has some kind of value.
In the shop that I used to volunteer at, they've got a second-hand copy of a Final Fantasy game on PS1, £120.
What is it?
Oh wow.
Mint condition as well.
Yeah. What Final Fantasy are we talking about though? Like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9.
I would have to go back into the shop and double check it.
If it's PS1, then it's either 7, 8, or 9, or it could probably be Tactics.
Yeah.
If it's Tactics.
Tactics was too damn good.
That was an amazing game.
Yeah.
I love that game. Any game that's a strategic game, I love it. Like, I played the hell out of that game. Like, I remember the last playthrough I did of it, I grinded like crazy in that game. ended up becoming an Onion Knight. I remember getting the what's the other one? Although I was playing War of the Lions, so that's why they included those. Um, they included, what was it? It was Onion Knight, and I'm not sure if it was Dark Knight that they added, but that was a game I seriously enjoy like crazy. Like that's one of those games where I have no problem playing that game constantly over and over and over again because game is that fun. And it has such an intense story.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could seriously spend a lot of time in that game.
Okay. Any more games to add in?
There's Pokemon coming out.
Well, I mean, Pokemon's always coming out.
Right.
Wait, I didn't see a new Pokemon game when I was looking for 2019.
Oh, they announced it, but they never announced what it is.
All right.
And
so it might not be coming out this year then if they've not announced the name.
Oh, there is Jump Force that's coming out.
Jump Force. No idea what that is.
Oh, yeah.
I did see that name.
Yeah, that's
for those who don't know,
anime.
what Jump Force is. It's basically like a brawler style game for like giant
Shonen.
anime nerd.
Yeah, Shonen Jump.
So Shonen Jump is a huge manga franchise. Showing like all the biggest name brands like Dragon Ball Z, or in this case Dragon Ball Super, One Punch Man, Yu-Gi-Oh, Hunter x Hunter, and like many more, including like Naruto, etc. And they're all in this gigantic world where this main protagonist. No, it's antagonist. Antagonist, bad guy. Yeah, antagonist. The main antagonist somehow scoops them all in, brings them into this world. Good guys, bad guys from every franchise, and you have to save your world. Supposedly, there's this collaborative world, but your world nonetheless. Actually looks really good. So it'd be nice to actually sit there and play as, Goku or Vegeta or Naruto or Gurren, or even my favorite, play as fucking Yugi Moto, just throwing out dark magicians and dark magician girls and shit at your enemies.
So
it really sparked an interest.
This is one of those areas me and you disagree. Like I don't know. I feel like Jump Force looks a little bit too intense in a sense for what it is. Like, because you look at them, they all look like they're either super bony, super muscular, which doesn't make sense considering that these are anime characters. They look way too much of an intense with like of how they just come out. Like, you can, if you look at, for instance, Goku, normally you look at Goku, you're not thinking, oh, I'm gonna look at every thread in Goku's clothes. You're not gonna really notice that. I feel like they kind of went a little bit way too intense with that kind of stuff, with the graphics. So it's gonna be interesting because I think they added like Izuku Midoriya. That's one of the, if you guys don't know what My Hero Academia is, it's an awesome anime. I to me, that thing really caught my eye and stuff. That was a great anime. So that's probably one of the characters I'm looking forward to for that, but I'm not sure if that's really a game I'm going to be super excited for.
I'm kind of skeptical. Like, I wanted to try it just for the sake to say, hey, I tried it. But the other half of me is like, yeah, very similar to like what you say. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to pay X amount of dollars for a overpriced, overhyped, every spec and detailed game.
Right.
Where it's like, hey, I can see the freckle of Goku's freaking pecker or something.
Right. Because it looks so like, it's almost like when you compare the movie, Detective Pikachu. It's like if you
Yes.
if you were to compare that with regular Pokemon, you're like thinking, oh, yeah, that looks weird. Like those Pokemon, are furry, are this and this and that. I understand, when you think about it, it's like that's a cartoon compared to what's supposed to be something that's real life. And I know that that's a topic we're going to be touching on a little bit, but it's like for this though, this isn't a movie. This is a game. So I don't understand why they went so intense with some of these graphics. It just, to me, it throws me off. It's something that, I would like to probably try out, test it out a little bit. Yeah, sure. I hope they release a little bit of a demo about it. That way we can, see what it's like.
Exactly. Like get a little bit of a hands-on experience before you buy.
Right. And I feel that with most games. They deserve that. But
Are you kidding? Like the Resident Evil 4 demo alone.
Right.
Or, I mean the Resident Evil 2 demo alone. There's not my brain. Granted, yeah, okay, it's a half-hour demo, but watching so many people play it, going to try it for myself later on tonight alone makes me want to buy the game more.
Right, because they're giving you
hands-on experience. It gave me something I would enjoy, And it's like, okay, yeah, you caught my interest. You piqued my interest besides just trailers, besides this, that, and the third.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, and it's like they need to do that. They need to add. I feel like if you're going to overhype a game, give us a chance to play it before we try it. In a sense, Capcom was really generous that granted it's 30 minutes, but then again, there's a lot of demos that they've done before that are a lot less than 30 minutes. So, when you kind of think about it, it's pretty dang generous, the fact that they gave us 30 minutes.
If you've seen Spanish Dude do it earlier, he actually did the demo just completely all the way through without, reading everything, taking his time. Like, if he did the rush route, he beat it in like 13 minutes. Start to finish of that demo. 13 minutes, roughly. 13 and some change. Right? Hadn't had enough to do like a second run through of the game around the same time frame, which was great. But 30 minutes is 30 minutes. It just depends on how much you take. And like you said, there are demos that we've played for a lot smaller. Like, hey, here's a 5-minute demo of so and so game. Hope you enjoy it within the 5 minutes. And it's like,
right.
No.
I mean, have you seen the Resident Evil 6 demo that they gave us?
Oh yeah,
like,
it was terrible.
That was a horrible demo. And then the fact that like when you actually play it,
it was even worse.
Right, like when you play the actual game, they throw the demo in your face when you're starting up Resident Evil 6, which didn't make sense because then afterwards, when you're actually, spoiler alert for a few people out there, like it differs, from the actual story than what is in the demo, which didn't make sense. Like, I didn't understand why they even threw the demo in your face in the first place for that game. Like, you had to start it. There was no, oh yeah, like it's an option. I can check out the demo. It's like, no, you're forced. If you want to play this game, complete the demo first. And that demo was
play this game. Complete the shitty ass demo first.
Right. The demo was not. It didn't really feel too much hands on. It felt like too much of an action hero cutscene, whatever thing and stuff. Like you're running like from a few of the zombies, and then there's fire everywhere. All of a sudden, everything just starts going to hell, and the bridge collapsing. Like you gotta get to the helicopter.
The whole game was terrible. It was like Capcom's attempt to try to Gears of War franchise.
Right. I feel like they kind of went too far with those games. They made it, and that was the same kind of thing they kind of did with 5. They made too much of action hero game. Although I prefer 5
to just action.
Right.
You're no longer fighting zombies. You're fighting whatever the fuck we'll call them this time around.
Right, Ouroboros. What was the one that they did in the fourth one? They're called
Yeah,
Las
no, you had it.
Plagas.
It was Ouroboros, and then it was Las Plagas.
Las Plagas was for the fourth one, and then
Yes.
fifth one was Ouroboros. I don't remember what they called it in the sixth one. But like, yeah, they did a lot of different like things. That's why I'm excited for Resident Evil 2, because they're going back to their original roots. I don't feel like it's gonna be an action hero thing, because they made it back to horror.
Let me fix that, because a lot of people are saying it's oh hey, it's true to Resident Evil 2, and as we clearly see in the demo, it is not true to Resident Evil 2. It takes some aspects of the original Resident Evil 2, but kind of like spins it into a new direction.
Right.
Which, like, okay, like what you've known about the original Resident Evil 2 from 1998, completely throw some of that out the window, at least storyline wise. Looks, sure. Storyline wise, nah. We're gonna fucking create our own, yet keeping the core.
Right.
And I like that.
I feel like that is something that, is good, because they're probably, from what it looks so far, it looks like maybe they're dumping out some of the stuff that was probably not necessary.
Oh yeah.
But the game does look beautiful, and the game does, I think, give a bit of that fear factor. It's probably not going to give as much of a fear factor as the original, but the game does look beautiful. That was the thing that Resident Evil has been lacking on, is that fear factor. And that's where they went back to their roots with the seventh game.
Yep, and they truly gave it a survival horror feeling again. And that game alone makes a person like me fucking scared. And I'm like, oh god, I haven't had this much of a scare since Resident Evil 3, when Nemesis just unexpectedly jumps through the fucking window like, surprise, bitch!
Right?
You should try, what one is it I've got on PS4? Revelations 2, I think it is.
Oh, I think they had that game on sale on the Switch. I was thinking about getting it, but then I don't think they have it online multiplayer, which was one of the things I was kind of looking forward to.
Within 5 minutes of playing that game, I jumped out of my skin probably 3 times.
There was only one game that I never really truly appreciated until later on, and that was the Resident Evil games, the Resident Evil Outbreak games on PS2. Have you guys ever played them?
I have not.
Okay, so originally there was Outbreak and Outbreak File 2, where you were one of 4 people, and this is when you were, when the PS2 actually had online capabilities. Yes, you were one of 4 people, and you worked all together as a team to basically get out of these hairy situations where it's like, oh, hey, each one was like an episode where it's like, oh, hey, you're all trapped at the zoo in Raccoon City. How the fuck do you get out of this situation? How do you plan it? What do you use, etc., etc. And it was really good. It was like a mixture of the survival horror, and kept the puzzle aspects and like everything you knew and love about Resident Evil without like oversaturating it. So it was a good game. Highly recommended. There was also one that I did not like the most, and it wasn't like Survivor or any of the other shitty ones, because they're obviously shitty. You know how bad. But like there was one that they overhyped, and it was just ass, and that was Operation Raccoon City.
Oh,
sorry.
Is that Operation Raccoon City, was that one of the ones that came out on the DS, or?
No, that was one of the ones that came out for the newer consoles, like the Xbox 360, PS3 back in the day.
Oh, okay.
It was basically you played as Umbrella's little gun crew, like minus like the assholes that were working under Hunk. And you were basically playing all the events of like what's going on in Raccoon City. Like you were trying to get the samples taken away from William Birkin. You're trying to like do these specific things that lead into 2 and 3. And at the end, you had a choice to either kill Leon or let Leon live, which never falls in that anywhere in that franchise.
Right.
They gave you just a giant like, hey, what if you could either kill Leon or
alternate universe, basically.
Yeah, it was like no.
Yeah.
There was one aspect I did like about the game where it was like, okay, you could go against like and do huge shootouts with like the greats. Like you could go against the Tyrants, Mr. X, William Birkin, Nemesis, all that in a bag of tricks. But at the same time, it was kind of just sad.
Mr. X, wasn't that the one in
X-Men.
in the second game?
No, that was the one in the second game with the trench coats and all that.
Right. Yeah, I remember when I remember when I saw that Mr. X, I was like, holy crap. Like they changed him, because the thing is I don't remember him looking that way in the original game. So like I was like, oh man, they really
just tall, brooding in a trench coat, but in the remake, they gave him like at least the iconic leather jacket kind of look, the leather trench coat look, but they kind of gave him like this weird top hat to him now, and it's like, the fuck? When did he become such a killer of a gentleman?
Right? Like, it kind of makes you think like, at least he's gonna kill me, nicely.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me with style.
Right? With finesse.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right.
There is one more game I want to see in the future, and they actually have talked about it. I don't know if you guys do know about this, but it has been the topic of discussion. And simply and solely, if and when Resident Evil 2 does release the remake, and it does get a high amount of praise, then they will continue on the project for the Resident Evil 3 remake.
Oh,
There
yes.
is a 3 remake in development as we speak. It's still
I was about to say, I thought that was a definite for 2021.
Yeah, 2020, 2021, depending. But they're waiting on the praise of Resident Evil 2's remake success right now.
Yeah, basically a blessing.
Yeah, exactly. If it goes well and just ends beautifully, then yes, they're going to continue with 3. They're going to do that whole shebang, and I would love to see a remake on that, to see how they make Jill Valentine look. To see bits and pieces of the Raccoon City Police Department still there, but
I need to see Nemesis. Nemesis, brand new graphics.
Nemesis, exactly. Seeing Nemesis in like this high definition 3D feel, like just him going at you, more of there's one other thing I want to see in the remake, and I hope they do that, where they kind of expand the size of Raccoon City a lot more. Because, granted, okay, Raccoon City was big, but it wasn't big enough. I mean, hell, I've beaten the game knife only for the most part, if you guys seen that video or the live stream of it. But that is, once you know the map of the game, it's just like, oh, this is easy. You can plan your strategies around the damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
I want something where I can actually get lost in that game and say, okay, where the fuck am I going?
That's me in most games.
Well, no, but I mean, I like a little bit of that, because then it's like, okay, this is new. Where the fuck do I go? And then you figure it out, and you're just like, that little aha moment in your brain.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah, that is definitely me in all the Tomb Raider games. Just has to put that out there.
Yeah. Like, I want that aha moment. I love those kind of moments where it's like, okay, you didn't feel stupid. You didn't feel like the game had to hold your hand.
Okay. Upcoming movies for this year. Oh boy, I've put a bunch of Disney ones at the top here.
Oh no, please! I saw the list. I actually liked the idea of we there you had Mary Poppins Return.
Yeah, I
it
chose a
really-
bunch of movies that I think are going to get a lot of talk, and some that have been popular in the past.
Well, I can tell you this much. I went to see Mary Poppins Returns with Lindsay. I took her out Christmas Day for it. And without any spoilers, I can honestly say that it was a well thought out and planned movie. It took nods to the original whilst creating its own original piece and storyline to it. So it didn't feel like it was copying the original with Julie Andrews. It felt more like its own entity, and that was what I found so interesting about it.
Okay.
If I can honestly suggest, if you wanted to watch it or not, I highly suggest you go buy a ticket just to see it once. If depending on your views, but I would recommend seeing it multiple times if you're a fan of Mary Poppins or just Disney movies in general like that.
Well, I have to say, I don't disagree with a sequel to Mary Poppins. My problem is, I think now was just way too late, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Just way too late. I mean, how old is the actual movie? Probably 60 years old now.
Let's see.
Coming up for that, maybe?
Roughly 50 something years old.
Yeah, that. So maybe if they did it 30 years ago, I probably wouldn't have given a crap because I wasn't born then, that long ago. And there would have been more chance of having a more similar quality to the original.
I mean, when you think about it, it just feels like they're trying to capitalize on a name.
Yeah, I mean, it's typical Disney. It's trying to revive the '90s nostalgia while giving it a 2010 feel.
Yeah.
But what was the other one that you had? You had Aladdin, which, let's face it, boys.
Yeah.
I've taken a look on a couple of the articles from Us Weekly and all that about Aladdin. Doesn't look too bad. A lot of people are skeptical because, Genie is played by the Genie is played by Will Smith, and it's like, well, I'm sorry, let's face facts here. You can't revive Robin Williams.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just scared about hearing, like, your wish is my command. Woo! That's basically what I'm scared about hearing.
I don't know. I'm willing to give it just at least one good shot because Will Smith is not that bad of an actor. Let's give credit where credit's due. He has done some really remarkable roles in some good movies like I Am Legend and The Secret of Happiness, whatever it is. The Secret Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, Pursuit.
Thank you. The Pursuit of Happiness.
I think it's just going to be a bit weird now that we're going to have one of those wicka wicka wow old school genies, as Will Smith would say.
Wiki wiki wah, I'm a genie.
God, what line was that movie from? I think it was Shark Tale. He said that.
I feel we're just gonna end up hearing. We're gonna hear a brand new song out of it. It's gonna be like no 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 no. Getting Genie with it. No.
Wicka wicka wow about Alabama hot dogs.
Knowing Will Smith, he probably kissed Disney's ass and was like, "Hey, I want to at least do one Disney song." If he did "Friend Like Me" and butchers it though, I'm gonna deck him. In his dick.
God! I've just put a really bad thought in my head of how he's gonna do that song.
That's the only fear because if they don't.
Alabama had them 40 feet. Have fun. No, was it? Try some of column A and try all of column B.
Yeah, well, if they took the songs out, I'm gonna be pissed. That's a number one. Number two, if Will Smith butchers "Friend Like Me," I'm going to punch him in the dick. I don't care. I will find a way to meet him and say, "Hey, nice to meet you, Mr. Smith. Can I have your autograph?" Bang! Right in the dick. That's for fucking up Genie.
No, just ask for his autograph and then rip it off and then just put it in a little glass cabinet in your living room.
Yeah, put it in a glass cabinet and then proceed to punch him in the dick.
There's your autograph.
That is what your performance as a Genie does for me. Just bang. just to hear Will Smith. I'm sorry.
So I think there's 3 remakes we're getting from Disney this year. There's obviously Aladdin. We've got Lion King.
Yes, The Lion King. It's no longer what we wanted. It's not,
Okay, I've got to say this.
Earl Jones, Jonathan. What is it? Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick. He's no longer Timon.
No, he was Simba.
Oh, sorry, Simba.
Nathan Lane was Timon.
Yeah.
Timon.
Who's Pumbaa again?
I've forgotten his name. But
either way,
the guy in real life, I'm not gonna lie, literally looks like Pumbaa. It was so creepy to look at his face. The actor of Pumbaa.
Oh yeah.
The fact that he has the brown hair and he's a big chubby guy, he literally looks like a Pumbaa. Big nose and everything.
Either way, I'm disappointed. It's like, okay.
I can understand the kid ones because, you can't get the same kid's voice.
Yeah, and I understand that at least they got James Earl Jones to return.
Yeah.
So half of it is recycled material from before where everything the light touches is all kingdom with a little bit of originality to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
like that. Good.
I did see that it's from the same, I think it was the director as the remake of The Jungle Book, which had some moments which made me go, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, because the moment I heard, oh, hey, from the director of The Jungle Book, and I'm like, The Jungle Book wasn't that successful!
But it's just the fact that it was so dark. The movie itself was so dark. You see Shere Khan fall into the flames.
Yeah.
I was like, again, wow, Jesus Christ, this is supposed to be a kid's movie.
It was next thing you know, there's going to be blood on Mufasa, like when the stampedes run over him.
Which is now I'm more... That's why I'm now more interested to see what they're going to put in this kind of movie. I mean, are you going to see Mufasa's...
They do like they did in Spanish for me. Scar, mi hermano, ¿por qué?
Are we going to see Mufasa's body hit the floor and ow?
Oh, man. I just... For one thing, I am not looking forward to at all is Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen playing Pumbaa.
Yep.
I'm sorry, that does not make any sense.
Nope. I'm sorry. Why would I want a stoner to go?
Right. It's like, I feel like he's just gonna make dirty jokes the whole time. It's like, hey guys, so Hakuna Matata, like let's go eat grubs. Like gonna sound.
Yeah. Hey, who wants to Hakuna Matata?
Right.
Well, we're saying bad things about it now.
I'll get you filled, grubs. Huh?
We're saying bad things about it now. I said a lot of bad things about Beauty and the Beast when I first heard of it coming out. But when I heard Emma Watson singing, I was like, holy shit.
That's like half auto-tuned, right?
Yeah, she's not a singer. She basically learned to sing just as she got the part of Belle.
Yeah, that's what disappointed me because Beauty and the Beast is my second favorite movie. My
all-time favorite.
My first being Aladdin. That's why I said if it gets ruined, I'm going to punch the peoples in their dicks.
And that's to me, Lion King is my all-time favorite Disney movie. So
yes,
imagine how I feel.
I mean, I performed in 2 theater productions of Hakuna Matata the musical, and the second story, Simba's Pride.
Oh, I love Simba's Pride. I don't know why.
Deception.
Disgrace.
In Simba's Pride, I played as Kovu.
A scar on his face.
I know. Yes, you got my heart there, Jacob.
Ooh, I've been denied.
I got the part of Kovu, which really did shock me. Because it wasn't the part I was going for. I was hoping to get the part of Nuka, just so I could have a bit of comedy going on. But no, my friend Sean, who probably would have suited Kovu better, because he's a comedian, he got the part of Nuka.
And he died.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, he died too, so.
And then in Hakuna Matata, I was Uncle Max. So on stage, I got to shout, "He's wearing a dress!" And do the scurry sniff, flinch.
Still though,
Yeah, enough of
with
that.
Beauty and the Beast, I had mixed reviews on that. I didn't like it and I didn't hate it. It was like a lukewarm with me. It was like, okay, Emma Watson singing to me, not, amazing. Having, a decent cast, pretty good. Where they filled in a lot of gaps of the storyline from the animated to the real life, pretty good.
Yeah.
How Beast actually, as a character, slowly becomes this, from this asshole-ish guy to, okay, he has some heart. This is the real reason why. And they give you the backstory and everything like that on more of that, instead of just bits and pieces.
Just a brat.
Yeah. It's like, okay, he was a brat. He was a selfish little prick. Okay, this is why he's trying to change his ways. Because of Belle. She's actually making him see. One thing in particular that pissed me off, the Beast fight. Boys.
Yeah, it did not go well with me either.
No, boys, you remember how the Beast fight went.
Yeah, all over the rooftops, and then all of a sudden he just throws Gaston off the...
Gets shanked, and all that.
He gets stabbed. I don't think he didn't get stabbed, right?
No, he didn't get stabbed.
Yeah,
there was this chase towards the end. Beast is trying to go for Belle, and then this asshole lands on like this little bridge pillar looking thing, and it fucking collapses. And he's just like, "Oh shit! Ah, dead."
Right.
What makes me what it was? I thought that was like, really? What happened to I'm sorry, the stabbing of the Beast.
Yeah, they took like that entire aspect out, and it was just like, God, that was like that was the climax of the fucking movie, and you just butchered it.
They just
didn't
they just take shortcuts through that fight?
Yeah,
like skip several parts of it. It was just weird.
And it was like the most disappointing. I literally sat there at the end of it, and I was like, I paid $15 for a shitty climax. Jesus, pornos are more interesting than that.
I got lucky. I watched mine on Showbox for free.
Oh, you lucky son of a bitch. Yeah, I had to pay $15 at the time to...
Movies like that, I'm not going to bother going to the cinema. I'm going to wait until it appears on Showbox. And if I like it, I'm going to get it on DVD.
That was good enough.
Yeah, you got it for $5. I had to pay $15 when I was in Connecticut. I hated the fact
Well, now you like it here. We get to pay $5 to go see a movie.
Yes. Cheap, amazing movies. $5. Oh, speaking of, hey, Jacob, I gotta give you, I have to give you this poster that I got from, the movie theater. It's The Grinch.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, well, granted, it's the new Grinch, but it's The Grinch.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
my movie theater once in a while gives out free movie posters.
Yes, they have like
that
a
is
box
awesome.
for it. Yeah, they have a box for them where it's just like, here, take them.
Okay, so out of the Disney stuff, I want to do that one last out of the Disney stuff. I'm going to skip to Dumbo.
Oh my god, I am so upset with that.
Wait,
Same here. That it looks horrible.
I don't where the fuck
we saw the trailer for that whilst watching Mary Poppins Returns, and by God,
I'll take it for granted. At least they kept Dumbo silent.
Yes,
I'll give them that credit. I was worried they're gonna make Dumbo talk.
But
I wouldn't speak too soon. You only saw the trailer. God knows what's going to happen in the movie.
Oh God, no, much worse. Much worse.
Yeah, that whole trailer was like majority movie right there.
Yeah, it was literally plot everything in the movie. It's like, okay, Dumbo has a mother. The mother gets taken away.
But not because she was violent against her baby. It was just because they couldn't afford her or something, and they just gave her away.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is how Dumbo gets his magical flying powers, because through the power of love.
There's no damn crows.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the crows were racially profiled to begin with.
But they could have made it better. They could have made some different crows, but still, no crows.
Well, maybe if it makes...
Don't see about everything.
You gotta realize was Disney's thing back in the day. That was one of his movies he made.
Yeah.
Was Dumbo.
Oh, that was a... Oh, crap. Who was it? Whose name did I see in that? One of the people who's going to be in Dumbo.
Yes.
Oh, Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell, Danny DeVito, and a couple of others.
There's somebody else I think that was famous.
There was one of those... it was one of those African American comedians with one of the crazy voices. One of them, Chris Tucker, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy. No, it wasn't one of that.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
But either way, to me, it just okay, yeah, okay. Granted, sure, Dumbo. At least they did, like she said, keep that aspect. Dumbo doesn't talk. Great. Dumbo looks great in 3D. Cool.
What was his name?
The storyline they based around Dumbo,
that guy
kind of looks like ass.
They're adding like plots that make no sense whatsoever in the first place.
Yep.
Oh, that name is bugging me.
He does. I have no idea where the heck they came from.
It's well, no, it's like they took a lot out of the original Dumbo because of people were probably butthurt about racism and stereotyping and
yeah, but that tells you the truth that Walt Disney didn't give two shits. He was going to do whatever he wanted. He was not the nice, let's G-rated movies.
Yeah, he wasn't Sunshine and Rainbows. He was like, hey,
he did racial stuff. Well, I don't think he did it like as a bad thing, but just to show, hey, they're here too.
Oh yeah,
the
biggest one was, what was it?
Song of the South.
Song of the South, and it wasn't intentionally racist. It was just
but people were still.
That name is bugging me. I'm gonna look it up.
African Americans could not have leading roles.
Yeah,
at the time still, and plus they were saying, "Oh, we're going back to the slavery times." Well, I'm sorry, that's part of America.
Yeah,
that shaped us.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah,
it's sad to say, but it shaped us.
But so many people got butthurt about that. Fucking butthurt about Super Smash Brothers. I mean, come on.
When is it gonna be enough when people can stop being racist about
I
everything?
mean, yeah. I feel like everything nowadays has been racial and sexual.
Bill Cosby. That was the name I was trying to think of.
Oh, he's not in it.
He's not in it. Is that confirmed? I hope so, because he would probably be one of the most annoying crows ever.
I don't think about everything but give you pudding pie.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that would just be the worst choice ever to put in a Disney movie.
Just put Bill Cosby in there. You put the pudding in the cup, and then you get the cup to the children.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think about everything. Hey, do you want this roofie? I mean, drink.
You think the magic fiddle, open your wings and go flappity floppity.
Put the flippity floppity in the flying.
Tim Burton was making it dark.
Tim Burton always makes everything dark.
Hey,
we're gonna make a movie about a pile of shit. Let's make it dark.
I'm surprised they picked Tim Burton to do Dumbo, and Dumbo's supposed to be just a little bit of a happier movie than what he's making it out.
I'm just glad that that they're. I'm not glad that they're doing any of these remakes. Honestly, like a lot of these remakes are really bad.
No, I'm not happy either. But for example, like if they did like what Beauty and the Beast did, fill in some plot holes in some of the actual animated ones. Great, at least we get the okay. That's the reason why this happened. Yep. Instead of just like, we go from one scene to the next, and you're like, what happened between then and now?
Well, I mean,
if they're trying to help with the plot holes, I'm okay with it. But if they're just making it just to ruin it, then I'm like,
a lot of them are just making it just to get a little bit of extra cash, or like you know what, this is a cash grab right now. Let's go remake this movie.
I know.
Oh yeah, it's kind of the sad part. It's like everybody loved this movie.
I'm waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the day they end up doing like Three Musketeers. And then you got Mickey, Donald, and Goofy as realistic looking, characters and stuff.
Oh my god, that would look so terrible.
Right?
I think it's bad enough that next year I think it's next year in 2020 we're getting
2019 Fantasia 2020. God, don't make nothing Fantasia, please.
I think it's next year we're getting Lilo and Stitch.
No,
no! Don't tell me that's a lie.
I'm hoping it is.
It's in the lineup. It is true. It's in the lineup.
Fuck!
Oh, come on! Why?
Stitch is just gonna be scary as shit.
Right? Like that's some movies that you can't touch. Just leave it be. Don't ruin it.
Mulan too. You know that, right?
Yes, they're doing Milan, boys.
Oh god!
You know what the sad thing is out of that remake?
No singing.
There's going to be no songs. in that whole entire movie.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why?
It's gonna be more. It's supposed to be more live action.
I don't understand why, and I think it's
Live
stupid.
action? That's not even in live action.
Well, because it's based on real events.
Oh, so what? There's a lot of movies that are based on real life.
Trust me, I know. Okay, I know.
God.
I can sit here and agree with you all day about that shit, but
Yeah, but that's what got me. It's like, and all people are on a riot because there's not enough music. Because most of the songs were transition songs, anyways.
Yep.
And that's the
from
thing.
one point to the next.
Right,
So
that's the
they're
thing.
like-
The songs in Mulan, Mulan is one of my favorite Disney movies. All right, I'm not ashamed to say that I know most of the words to all these songs, but it's like
look, if they're gonna do
it's like,
Mulan,
I'm sorry, a lot of these
solid.
songs may have something to do with the story because it's
Yeah.
like reflection and stuff like that. She's basically talking about what's going on and stuff, like, she feels like she doesn't fit in with everything else, that they want her to be a certain way, but she's not that way. It's like that fits in with the movie. That's what's part of, and you're taking that out because you want to see more blood and gore.
Okay.
With I Make a Man Out of You, that song is a transition song, watching her coming from being kind of like a print woman to an actual, like, a warrior.
Yep.
You know?
Right.
That's a transition.
I'm just gonna be disappointed. They should leave the music in there. And number two, if they're gonna do, if they are gonna do a, I can't remember his name right now. It's making a brain fart of me.
Shane?
If they do this, I kind of have a bad feeling they will use Chinese
Good character for
actors,
him.
but they will put
Actor.
American voices over it.
There's like very few,
Oh
like,
God, that would be horrible.
And do you want to know who I want as the Emperor of China in the movie?
Jackie Chan?
Jackie Chan. No, Jackie Chan. Just give me Jackie Chan with a fucking long white beard. Are you kidding me? If he could sing like he did with his Mandarin Chinese version of "Be a Man," I would like to see his Americanized version of that same song. Just let's get down to business.
Are you talking about Jackie Chan?
Did a Mandarin Chinese version of "Be a Man"?
So you want him to be Shang?
No, I don't want him to be Shang.
Well, that's who sings it.
I want him to be Emperor.
But the Emperor doesn't sing in the movie.
Doesn't matter as long as he can do an English rendition of the song, though. Not during the movie, but like in the end credits.
Okay, well, I was like, what are you getting at?
Dude, I was just listening to the Chinese version of that song the other day, and I swear, at the end of the chorus, he said, "I'm so hungry for a shoe."
Yeah, I'm so hungry for a shoe.
Wow.
I'm so hungry for a shoe.
There's like been talks. It hasn't been released yet, but there's talks about doing the Little 2 live action.
That is in the queue. That is in the lineup.
Oh, it is.
And it looks horrifying.
I don't know how
Like,
true it
literally,
is.
the mermaids look scary.
Well, to tell you the truth, the real true story of Little Mermaid wasn't Rainbows and Sunshines.
No, it was
And
what?
they're trying to go based on the actual book. Or the actual
What was it?
story.
Her trying to like sew her feet. Like when she's on land, she tries to sew her feet together and shit too.
No, she kills
Oh, God.
herself.
Oh,
Because she comes human, but Prince Eric doesn't like her, so she kills herself.
oof.
Wow.
So she commits suicide.
Sudoku.
Yeah.
That's the real story of Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah,
But
there
yeah,
you go. That's how
I've
it
seen-
ends, kids. Bye.
I've seen the pictures of the mermaids,
That.
of how the mermaids are going to look. They look like they took them out of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Well, to be fair, a good amount of the Disney movies are what, from the Brothers Grimm?
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. But Little Mermaid wasn't from
No.
the Grimm brothers.
Isn't isn't Ariel supposed to be like so much younger than Eric?
16.
I think she's like 16,
Yeah, she's the
and he's
minor.
in his 20s.
Yes. So that tells you guys, you to be a Disney princess, you must be young and interested in older men.
Well, yeah, she's 16, but Prince
But if you
Eric
think
is
about the
21.
timeline it was on,
Right.
that kind of age didn't matter back then.
If you're thinking about it, that's the norm.
Yeah, true. Back in the day, yeah, age was but a number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like today where it's like, oh, you can't. It's whatever to get married that age. Now
Let's get down to
Anyway.
brass tacks.
I'm not really agreeing with the fact they're bringing this one out. Toy Story 4.
yeah, I'm so lost on that.
Yeah.
I
They should have
think
ended it.
What's
They should have ended it.
Ending to Toy Story, you know?
Right?
Yeah, he got old. Andy got older. The toys found a new place.
that was just the perfect ending right there. Because that
Right.
Yeah,
was
and now there's like,
Sarah.
yeah, now it's like, oh, hey, they're in the same place they were at the end of 3, but with a talking spork.
I have no idea where that character comes to play.
Right,
What
and-
adventures will they entail with a talking spork?
Right. You know what? That doesn't make any sense because first off, I thought it was just because they were toys they were animated. Why is it that now utensils are, are living? It doesn't make sense.
It's because the child, I've forgotten her name, she makes those things into toy
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
the only
things.
thing I could think of.
And
it was like, okay,
they're talking
power
from the
of
kid's
imagination
imagination.
made these. Yeah, the power of imagination made these toys alive, and it's like,
Yeah.
the power of imagination so powerful made fucking utensils talk.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I'm gonna look at a Pepsi bottle and see if that works.
Right?
Power by
I'm gonna put all my heart,
imagination
soul, and
compels
love
you.
into the fucking vibrator. Next thing you know, Toy Story 5. I make your parents happy.
Well,
Oh God.
Tim Allen and
what is it going to be called? Sexual Toy Story?
Tim
I
Allen,
blame the
Sex Toy Story?
Toy Story 69.
Tim Allen
It's just gonna
and
be called Sex Toy Story.
Sex Toy Story.
Tim Allen and Tom Hanks in an interview said that the ending to this one is really, really sad.
Why do we
Oh,
need more sad endings?
guys.
Because you know
That's
the end
only
of
reason
the end of Toy Story 3 totally didn't break my heart.
Right, let's make it worse.
Right.
Andy
Well,
died.
if Toy Story 3 didn't break your heart. Guess what? Woody dies. There you go. That's the story, folks.
I swear to
Bye.
God, if they're gonna kill the toys off, I'm gonna hate Disney. Well, maybe not Disney. I'm gonna hate
Oh, I-
Pixar for the rest of my
No,
life.
it is
I'm
Disney.
pissed.
Well, I mean, they can't stay toys forever.
Stay Toys Forever. Nobody hates.
No, it's like, here, let's kill off the characters because the power of imagination went up.
I mean, they already
Oh,
killed off half the
like,
characters
okay,
in the
did
third
they-
movie.
Did they ever say what the fourth movie was going to be about?
Not
Nope.
quite yet. The only did was a teaser
Like,
trailer.
I-
and we found out about the spork.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah, but-
that they like said something before after Toy Story 3 came out
Yeah.
that if they were going to do a fourth one, it was supposed to be something about like them finding Bo and the other missing toys. But I'm not sure if they're actually
What it is.
like, that would be, I guess, something to do with it, but it's like a sad ending. Like another sad ending, really? Like, you already gave us a cry fest when it came to Toy Story 3. Why are you going to give us another sad ending?
I just remembered something.
Right.
When Tim Allen and Tom Hanks had that interview, they said something about an old character from the first movie returning.
The only
That's
person I
a
could think of
lot
is Sid.
That's a lot of people. Or, I mean, a lot of toys.
Well, Sid was technically in the
Sid
third
thing
movie.
And, yeah, Andy.
I just wonder if it's going to be him, because he made... I think, I kind of have a feeling what we saw in the third movie was meant to be an Easter egg of him going to be returning in this one. Maybe.
He is in the third movie. He's the garbage man, which,
Yeah.
was pretty
I
funny.
mean, yeah, he had the t-shirt and everything.
Right.
And the guy looked the same age as Andy. That was a legit Sid.
Right.
A lot of people
I
are
love
trying
that
to
name.
argue
That was
about
a
it.
Well, actually, Sid was older than Andy, actually.
Yeah.
Just thanks, Disney princess. Thanks for
But
the
yeah.
knowledge.
I'm sorry.
No, thanks for the knowledge.
But yeah, honestly, I think this is just one movie too far.
Yep.
Toy Story
Yep.
3 was
They
just a
should have
perfect
ended
ending.
it.
It
Hell.
should have just been a trilogy, not make a series.
I mean,
out of it.
I cried. That movie made me cry from the
Yeah.
beginning. Like, as with the song "You Got a Friend in Me" and stuff. The fact that
Yeah.
the way it just cuts off,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
that right there, already made me feel like crying
Yeah.
because you could
Oh,
tell.
when they played the
something
slow
happened.
piano version of it. Was it piano?
Right. Yeah, it was like, you got friend in me, and then like later on it going like, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die, and then it just ends there. It doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, it just goes.
It cuts off there, and then it's in the future basically, and that to me was like so sad.
Speaking of sad, this movie, I think I'm going to cry just while watching it. Star Wars Episode 9.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm not
boy.
a Star Wars fan, so I'm like, I'm not too worried about it.
I didn't like so much. To be fair, kind of disappointed. I understand that they wanted to take a new direction. Kind of kill off some old characters, keep only the one alive.
Well, yeah, they probably have no choice with Princess Leia now because of.
Yeah.
Even Mark Hamill said nobody can replace Carrie as Princess Leia.
Yeah. And I swear, if I even see a glimpse of CGI Princess Leia, I am going to go on some kind of killing spree. Because
Please
that would
watch
depend.
it in the comfort of your own home, please, and do not go to the theater.
Then you just might. You just might.
It depends on how they use it. If they're just going to use it at the start to kill off Princess Leia, then fine. Because you...
I'll give them that. Yeah, that'll be part of they're trying to kill her off.
Yeah.
But
at least get
due to the fact, I'm pretty sure the movie was delayed because it was meant to come out last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This movie,
No.
yeah.
No, it was supposed to come out last year.
No, it was
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't delayed.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay.
No.
Really? Huh.
I thought they had to postpone it because of Carrie Fisher's death. I thought they were just like remaking the whole thing.
Not that I know of. They didn't.
I believe they did postpone it, actually.
Yeah, no, they postponed it because it was supposed to go out 2018.
Yeah.
Well, like I tell you, I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I would not know
Yeah.
that.
They were supposed to do 2018.
I don't care about Star Wars still.
Like, because it was supposed to be 2018, and I think it was supposed to come out either,
it was
December.
It was around Christmas.
Yeah,
it was supposed to.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out the Christmas because 9 for 2019, but things, reasons.
I guess they just couldn't keep the movie the way it was after recording so many scenes with Carrie Fisher, and then she died halfway through the recording. I don't know.
I mean, my brother, who he is like a dead hardcore Star Wars fan, I think he told me that she actually did finish all her scenes.
Yeah, she did finish her scenes that she was supposed to, but I think they're going to add something to say, hey.
Well, she did in the previous movie.
No, and supposedly in this one too.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know then.
I mean, let's see if that's the case. Because
if that is the case, then my last theory would be that they want to do something in her memory, I guess.
Yeah.
Through the whole movie. Or maybe they want to do something like they did in Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Oh God, were they freaking?
Yeah, the 7th. That one made me cry.
Were they Paul Walker to Paul Walker? How do you CGI Paul Walker? You can't.
Well, that was his brother, actually.
I know, but it's
that
like
was in the car. That was his brother. Then to CGI.
Yeah, they just hey, can you wear this green screen on your face, please?
No, he has pretty much almost the same features. Probably just there might be just a little bit of difference, but they pretty much have almost the same.
That's still weird to me.
Yeah, when I went to see that in the cinema, holy cow!
Do it without trying to.
When I went to see that in the cinema, I'd never heard so much sobbing in my life.
Yeah.
Like sniffles and all that. I mean, that was more sniffles and tears than I've ever seen at a funeral.
Oof.
Well, I mean, I can't concur because I watched another movie that I had like the whole theater was crying.
Yeah.
And that was with the Passion of the Christ back in the day.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
The strongest man there was crying. So that's like the only one movie, I know that everybody in the theater
The
cried.
chat frozen?
I've never seen the movie, so I wouldn't know.
Well,
Don't end stream. There
I
you
will
go.
take it, but yeah.
Crap, I've just lost everything. There we go. I guess we're done on Star Wars then.
Yeah. How much have we cared?
We've got
I'll
How to
watch
Train.
it to finish out the series. That's about it.
I don't know if everybody else is excited about this, but I certainly am. How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Yes and no.
I wasn't
Yeah.
really a big fan
The
of it.
first two were good. It kind of
Yeah.
sucks that your this main character, I can't remember his name right now. But he kind
Hiccup.
of loses.
Hiccup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hiccup.
Kind of a
So
fucked up
what's
name.
going on with the third installment now? Are they going to the Valley of the Dragons or some shit?
Well, Toothy found another one just like him. And he has
Yeah,
a
there's
girlfriend.
another
Night
Night
Fury.
Night Fury.
Yeah.
And now there's already people complaining like, oh my god, this is so racist. Fucking hell, they're dragons.
It's
is a
not
dragon
Night
racist?
Fury, it's Light
Rawr.
Fury. Thank you very much.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, because that's what they always say. Hey, all dragons look the same.
Right?
Oh no, people are getting triggered that a black dragon is falling in love with a white dragon. Like, why? They're just different.
Okay, it's
That's why
not
I say
like it's really a
congratulations, welcome to the
racial
world of-
thing.
I
It's
know.
contrast. Or how about this? Maybe the people were envisioning, hey, a white dragon and a black dragon, the yin and yang of life.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe, if people really have a problem with that, I mean, when you talk about skin color, my mom's a light skin color, my father's a dark skin color. Does that mean that was never supposed to happen? Yeah, I mean, it's
Right.
like to.
You're a goddamn
just-
Oreo.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like
already fucked up that people complain about it in humans, and now they're doing it on a dragon. Like, why? Why are you getting racial about a dragon relationship?
we all know that Stewie does not accept any dragon racial issues.
See how well you speak.
It's because they want to be butthurt by it. It's like,
Well, it can't be worse than I got pissed off about the freaking song "Kiss the Girl from the Little Mermaid" that somebody had to be all pissy about.
well,
That
I
pissed
mean,
me off.
to be fair, everyone's gonna get pissed off about that one.
I know, but it's
Sha la 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 la.
Oh, because I got a black person. It's kiss. Well, go off. She wanted to kiss him from the get-go. What the fuck? Like, read the story. At least freaking watch the movie.
No, because I'm butthurt. Where's my pen and pad so I can write complaints about things and people?
All right. So-
I'm so
I-
looking forward to it. I think it's about time they brought a female into Toothless life.
Yes.
Well, there you
I
go.
thought-
Yes.
I thought they were going to do that in the second movie, to be perfectly fair.
All right.
But I think it's time to move on due to that silence.
Yes.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know too much about it. I can't give too much of an insight on it, but I've watched the first two movies. The first two movies are great. So
Remove any sharp objects from the room and any rope-like items, because in the what's next is Detective Pikachu.
I
right,
have a
let's
rope.
go.
I have a rope.
All right, let's go. I have an in-depth analysis on how I think this is gonna go. I think it's gonna
Go
go
for it.
fucking magnificent. I honestly think the Detective Pikachu movie is going to go magnificent. One, it's Ryan Reynolds, and we all know Ryan Reynolds is pretty much spot on with most of his movies.
True.
Deadpool.
Besides,
Yeah, it's outside of
I
Green
can-
Lantern.
I can-
I mean, who wants to remember
honestly,
Green Lantern? Fuck Green
I'm sorry, but when I think of Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, I just think of Ryan Reynolds cursing up a storm. Basically blood all over the place when Pikachu shocks people and then does
Oh, yeah.
Iron Tail and cuts them in half.
just tries to break the fourth wall.
Yeah. I mean, what's he going to do? Just going to go, wait a minute, I know what you're thinking. Why the yellow fur? That's just so people don't see when I piss myself with laughter after hurting you guys.
Right?
This guy had the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
But
love that
yeah,
vibe.
the movie
Deadpool.
it looks interesting. I'm I'm curious about it. I want to see where they go with it. I mean, it's kind of weird like the way they went about like how they look design wise. But then again, you gotta think about it. It's a movie. It's a real life remake kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it look realistic. So Charizard has scales, and that's a real life rendition of him.
Oh,
Pikachu
by the way,
is supposed to have
why would Charizard have scales? Because he's not a dragon.
right. I mean, he's a dragon.
What technically
They're
is
dragon.
he then?
He's a dragon. He's a dragon, but they just don't have him classified as a dragon type.
And yet,
he's
Execute is a
lizard
dragon.
kind of thing.
Good job there, Pokemon.
But I mean, well, they kind of did fix it in a sense when it came to their mega evolution. Like they made him a dragon, but yeah, I'm interested to see what they do when they go about this, because the movie does look interesting. I feel a little bit more awkward the fact that Jigglypuff has hair, because I did not know Jigglypuff was supposed to be kind of furry, but apparently so. That's the only thing that kind of like I did not. It's awkward to me. Jigglypuff is supposed to be furry, apparently.
Yeah, you
like,
want to know the fucked up thing about that? Apparently, they've made him furry to avoid him being a ripoff of Kirby.
Wow.
Wait, I love how you say he.
To avoid it being a ripoff of Kirby, then.
Oh no, but say no. I don't mind the ripoff of Kirby that you're saying. I'm talking about Jigglypuff is not a he.
Okay, to avoid her being a ripoff.
It depends on.
Yeah. In the animes, Jigglypuff is a she, and the sound actress is also a she.
But the reason I find that so fucked up is because they're both Nintendo. Nintendo owns both those characters. Why would you worry about ripping off your own characters?
Because they just need to. Dang it, Stewie.
I mean, they don't want something to do something else. I don't know. And to be fair, yes, Nintendo may own the rights to Jigglypuff, but it's mainly Game Freak that owns the actual rights to all that.
Right.
Like, they own the Pokemon intellectual properties. Just Nintendo's like the developer saying, "Oh, hey, we'll help you then."
Yeah.
That's why Nintendo has nothing to do with the anime.
Yep.
Fair enough. I kind of wanted to make a joke about my icon, but then it's kind of ripping off Spyro. So I was going to make a joke about him ripping me off. Ripping off my appearance.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that rip off your appearance. Look at Ugly Dan. I mean, what? Total complete rip off of Ugly Stewie.
I'm kind of going to go off the subject for a second here. A while ago, somebody thought me and Corey, aka CC Gaming, were related.
I heard about that. I laughed. I laughed so hard. I was like, how the hell are you two related?
Just because we're kind of large people. We got the brown hair. We have similar facial beards. Well, when I shave it, of course.
Oh, jeez.
He has the goatee. I usually have a full circle beard. Apparently, we look related.
Yeah, apparently y'all look so similar, even though you're not related whatsoever.
I mean, we haven't even got the same accents.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Corey has the same accent.
I mean, I've got
100% sure he's got that hard Scottish accent.
Anyway, off of that subject, we done on Pikachu?
Yep. Detective Pikachu, not bad. Can't wait to see
I didn't get my saying. I am interested in watching it. I just think it looks a bit cringy to me. Just the fact that they've got a cute little character, and they're giving him a deep male voice. I just think that sounds wrong.
Oh yeah, wrong on a lot of levels.
And then there's the fact that he actually talks to humans. Like, why?
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's they're taking a kind of like a spin on the video game franchise. They also did up the same name,
Right.
featuring Danny DeVito.
Anyway, next, Joker. I've not even seen a trailer for that, but
Yeah.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. Yes, I would like to see that as well.
it's been a while since I've watched anything from the Batman
Joaquin
world.
Phoenix, and that man has actually done pretty well for certain movie franchises. Not
Actually,
so
no.
much to see how he would do as the Joker. It kind of makes me a little skeptical, to be honest. Just a little.
I tell a lie. I did watch that. It wasn't a Batman movie, I don't think. The one with that guy who kind of almost looks like Marilyn Manson, but it wasn't Marilyn Manson.
I
played the
don't
Joker?
remember.
Creepy, skinny-looking guy.
I don't remember for the life of me right now. But
it was that movie I watched a bit of.
hell, every time I hear Batman, the only thing I can think of right now is the one where Christian Bale just going, "Where is he?
Where's Rachel?
Where's Rachel? Relation."
About the bears and the rabbits. Yeah. They kind of ruined that right there. It's like how deep and dark you went right there. It's like
I have to take a shit.
No,
Yeah.
you have my permission to die.
I assume this movie is going to be Joker's story.
Yeah, supposedly.
So that would definitely be something different, and I definitely go and give that a watch. Give it a chance to impress me.
Yeah, I don't have much insight to give on this just because I just heard of this movie from you guys. So it's like, it's
well,
sounds interesting.
Not much we can say about these movies considering we haven't seen them yet. Because
I don't think, is there a trailer for Joker, or did they just give
no, there was a trailer for Joker, but it's very short and really doesn't explain a lot. It's him in a New York styled fucking shitty ass telephone booth trying to what looks like making a call, then he just puts the phone down, goes crazy, and then next thing you know, it does a jump cut to another scene, and that's how it ends. Okay.
That's usually how the first trailers go, and then when it gets closer to the movie, they bring out the bigger ones lasting 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh god, this one looks super duper mega cringy. Sonic the fucking Hedgehog movie.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, most people are getting pissy because the poster for Sonic the Hedgehog and even Paramount Pictures is like, guys, cool your shit. It's from the director of the Fast and the Furious.
Okay, that I didn't know.
But I mean, I'm not sure. I know this is also gonna get me heat. I feel like Fast and Furious is a little bit too over exaggerated.
Well, I mean, if it's the director of the first 3, then it's not so bad.
Oh, okay, yeah, those ones are. It was the later ones that got ridiculous.
But if it's throughout the entire franchise, then yeah. But
Sonic flips over a truck.
Pictures of oh, this is what Sonic the Hedgehog actually looks like in the movies, and it's like, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Actually, I did take anything at face value anymore. Give it a shot. I mean, personally, Sonic has been one of my major staples throughout the whole gaming thing, for better or for worse. I've always played every Sonic game. Gave them all a shot. And the only game I really despise out of every one is Sonic 06. Unleashed wasn't as bad as Sonic 06.
Yeah.
Every other shitty Sonic game wasn't as bad as Sonic 06. Once you've tried that shitty ass game, and it's like, okay, all these other games are like mediocre.
Yeah. I actually saw something funny on Facebook the other day. It had a picture of the new Pikachu and the new Sonic. And it said, what was it? Kids today are complaining about this and this. And then it goes on to say, but they didn't grow up with this and this. And it showed the Koopa and the Goomba from the Mario Bros. Movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. I was like, yeah, this probably isn't going to be as bad as that.
I mean, yeah, let's face facts here. There are worse things that we've seen.
Yeah.
Way worse things that we've seen.
Yeah.
Over the
After
years.
seeing that, I'm now thinking at least these guys are putting effort into the character designs.
Yeah. At least they're giving them, you know, some sort of like look to them. They're not like, oh, hey, it's Sonic, let's whatever. No, it looks like, even for what it looks like, granted, it doesn't look like the best.
Yeah.
But it definitely doesn't look like the worst for Sonic. Again, it could be a hell of a lot worse, and we don't even know it.
Yeah.
But yet we're sitting here and judging, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah. You're judging it just by its fucking cover, technically.
Yeah. And then we'll probably go watch most of these movies later and go like, okay, that wasn't as bad.
Nah.
We're just practically giving our points of view on it from how we see it just now until it comes out.
Right.
Exactly.
This one I've only just heard of today. Spider-Man Far From Home.
I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
What the fuck is with these new names that they're giving Spider-Man movies?
Like, what Spider-Man movie called Far From Home?
I'm actually looking this up right now.
Yeah, I mean, what was that last one we had? Spider-Man on Holiday or something? No.
Oh, you mean Homecoming?
Spider-Verse?
Or
Homecoming, was it? The one where he wears the yellow jumper.
Yellow jumper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably Homecoming, where it's like...
Yeah.
The Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans prior to the... you know, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Yeah, it's like they're not even taking Spider-Man movies seriously anymore.
No, of course not. I mean, let's see. What Spider-Mans have they done so far?
Well, I like the first three movies.
They've done the Amazing Spider-Man so far with Tobey Maguire. They have done the regular Spider-Man movies with Andrew Garfield. I think that's his name. So isn't it like the Spectacular Spider-Man that they're doing right now with Andrew Garfield?
No idea.
Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield was Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, he was the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
okay.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire was the first one. This one's Tom Holland.
Spider-Man.
This is Tom Holland.
Okay,
That's
Tom
fine.
Holland.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when are they going to get to Spectacular?
I mean, yeah, never. I do enjoy like what they're kind of doing with these movies, but at the same time, I feel like if this movie is coming out this year, it kind of doesn't make sense because they still have to do Avengers 4 before this one makes any sense.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure if
because they literally have to revive Spider-Man back from the dead.
Right. And they still haven't even done Captain Marvel, which like they still haven't done Captain Marvel. They have to do Avengers Endgame, and then they could bring in Far From Home. And when you think about it, it kind of is bad of them to even tease Far From Home already. Considering the fact that it's like, okay, why are you gonna tease you know, this brand new Spider-Man movie when you haven't even showed that, you know, oh yeah, they revived everyone. You know, everyone's back alive. You're basically ruining Endgame by, you know, teasing this.
Yeah. In a nutshell, it's like, hey, guess what? You know, everybody lives.
Yeah, they're back alive. You know, we're just watching this movie to see how.
Yeah, how did everyone get unthanosed? That's gonna be a meme, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, you've been Thanos. You've been Thanos. Right?
Yep, you've been Thanos. You've been unthanosed.
Should probably make that a command.
You've been Thanos. That'll be like, you know, when you ban someone or something, like, you've been Thanos.
Yeah, you've been Thanos. You don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Right, so there's 2 more movies in the list. Lego Movie 2?
That doesn't look too bad. I mean, I was a fan of the first one, and let's be honest, the hype for the second one became so real that YouTube even bought the momentary rights to the Lego Movie, so that way when they were advertising the Lego Movie 2, after the trailer for Lego Movie 2 was gone, you got to watch the entire Lego movie for free.
Yeah.
If you didn't skip the advertisement.
Right.
So, I mean, to its credit, hey, you know, the hype must be super fucking real.
Yeah. I didn't think.
Yeah, if YouTube got it.
I didn't think the first movie was a successful enough to actually make a second movie.
Oh yeah, the first movie was really successful, dude.
Oh yeah, very.
I didn't see many positive feedback on it. That was the thing.
Probably not over in the UK, but in the Americas, yeah,
I might have been looking at Europe. Or
that thing caught fire.
Yeah, it got so much praise over here. Like it was happy, it was funny, it was family friendly.
Everything is awesome.
It actually had a story-driven everything. You know, the cast was great. The jokes were timed.
Yeah.
We took a cynical, like, asshole-ish look at it. We were like, oh, it's not
bad. I guess it's just the fact that maybe people in the UK and Europe are just getting a bit annoyed with the Lego these days.
I think it's more of like a higher standard of quality. I mean, us Americans, no offense, we're easy to please. Give us something mind-numbing.
Giggity.
I think that means Shadow wants somebody to go and touch his pay-pay.
Pay-pay.
Just come over here, get your Scottish ass over here. Just shut your mouth, close your eyes, and touch my pay-pay.
You told me to shut my mouth. Good.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
So, at least I know my mouth is going to be safe.
Yes.
Your mouth is going to be safe. But what about your ass?
Yes. Your ass, on the other hand, is a different story. Come here, big boy.
Oh, you'll be surprised. I've actually got some muscle on my ass. I can actually tighten it so hard. Good luck on hoping to get it again.
He's gonna clutch my cock until it's broken. Make a foul. The jaws of life.
The jaws of life.
Give me the jaws of life for my dick.
But yeah, there's just so much Lego stuff these days, like Lego games, Lego Harry Potter, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, Lego fucking Star Wars, Indiana Jones, you fucking name it.
Well, I mean, I have Legos The Incredibles too, so yes.
Okay. I just see so many people getting pissed off with it all.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just
I quite like them. I just see so many people getting annoyed by it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's just Lego. It's all 10 years ago.
At least, to its credit, it's not Disney.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You know,
wait,
at least it's
Pirates of the Caribbean is Disney.
Well, I mean, it's at least it's not Disney owning the Lego franchise. That's what I'm getting at.
Disney's basically trying to monopoly everything.
Well, I mean, they're winning.
Yep.
Shit. They own almost everything under the sun.
I don't know if I should do this. The last one. IT Chapter 2.
Yeah, I just found out a couple days back. I was like, Disney owns Fox?
Yep.
Jesus
Yeah, they had
Christ,
just
what's
got them,
next?
so now they
Does
can
Disney
do
own ABC?
X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just
Because
Now Disney can
Anastasia
do X-Men,
is now
so.
becoming a Disney princess.
Anastasia. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Anastasia, no, she's not Disney princess.
no.
But I mean, Disney are buying... Wait, I thought she was DreamWorks. I thought it was DreamWorks they were buying.
Didn't really put Leia as official Disney princess yet.
Well, I mean, it's
And she's been owned by Disney too. Star Wars.
and she is deemed a princess.
But
At
not
least
by
in-
Disney standards, no.
Yeah. What do you got to do to be a fucking Disney princess? A dumb broad who has to rely on a man?
Excuse me?
Hey,
Excuse me, no.
excuse me. There is only one independent fucking princess.
No, two. I hate to tell you that.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is it? What's the second one then? Because I know the first one is from what's the fucking that movie called? The one you always like, the redheaded bitch.
Oh,
Merida?
Brave.
Yeah, Merida.
Merida.
Merida. And Mulan.
Yep,
Oh,
Mulan.
Mulan. Okay, I'm sorry. Out of two women,
Actually, if you want to think about it too, Princess Jasmine too. She really did not fall for anybody. She was being a bitch about everything.
yes, but at the end of the day, she needed Aladdin's help.
Well, yeah. How the hell are you supposed to get out of a fucking time thing?
True.
By breaking
But
the
again,
glass.
she played-
Breaking the
no,
glass.
She played the stupid damsel in distress role. That's typical Disney, which
Yeah.
I don't like.
Oh, Pocahontas.
Oh, poke you
Yep,
in the eye,
Pocahontas.
Yeah, she's
Look you in the eye, hon.
Oh, God.
Can you paint with all the colors and man?
Yeah, and how long did it take her to qualify as a princess?
not very long, right after her birthday, pretty much.
Hmm.
That was the 90s. Thank you very much.
Yeah, nowadays it's like, what do you got to do to be a Disney princess? Because technically, what's her face from Wreck-It Ralph is a princess.
Oh, Vanellope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they kind of verified that in the Ralph Breaks the Internet
Yeah, but
movies.
she's
But Disney doesn't qualify her as a whatever.
Yeah.
Disney. I don't know. I don't know what qualified to be an official Disney princess, but I just know that the last one they did was Merida.
Yeah. And they
The
don't...
last official
Apparently,
princess.
Kiara from The Lion King 2 isn't a Disney princess.
Yes.
No.
No, she isn't. But yes.
Neither is
But
Anna.
she
from
is a
Frozen.
princess and she's Disney. She should be a she's practically a Disney princess.
Wait,
You
no,
said-
Anna from Frozen? Yeah, they're both.
Princess
No, I was talking
either.
about Kiara.
No, but Anna and Elsa, yeah, they're both considered Disney princesses technically.
No, they're not.
No.
They're on their own franchise from Disney. They are not considered the official Disney princess.
Which is
Okay.
kind of
No.
stupid.
Well,
They have their
that,
own franchise basically.
Well, even though
that
it says
doesn't make
Disney
sense though,
Frozen,
because
apparently
they, I
don't
mean,
wanna-
in Wreck-It Ralph too, you know, the way they made it, they're both part of the Disney princesses.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what they want to do, but they're not official.
Which again, it's fucking
I'm not
stupid.
trying to be. I'm just telling you what the truth is about Disney.
I know. It's just like, oh hey, it's fucking stupid.
Okay. Well, any more movies that people can
Nope.
think of? Okay, then.
No.
Not really.
Now
I
for
got
the,
nothing to come to mind.
well, then, now for the best part of the podcast. YouTube.
Oh fuck YouTube.
YouTube sucks. I'll move your Twitch. It's my official announcement.
Pretty much. That has been my mindset for
No,
like the
but-
last couple weeks. It's because I mean, let's see. Granted, I've had the 500 mark, and I'm proud to have that 500. However, with YouTube and their stupid fucking bots and their algorithms
Mhm.
making mistakes on everything, including live streams. Like, case in point, there was one live stream I had way back when that I had to fix because, like, 30 seconds of my voice was apparently copyrighted by CD Baby. Yeah, and I actually disputed that, and they were like, that's not your voice. I'm like, rewatch it, dumbasses. That's me.
Wow.
Where do I sound like one of your guys' fucking songs?
That,
Yeah.
I actually had a problem with that on a video of my dog playing with another dog. They were just running around having a bit of play fight, and then somebody claimed that as copyright.
Yeah.
Like, what? And it got taken down. I got a strike for that.
Wow.
And I had to dispute that. I was like, excuse me, that's a video of my dog in my hometown. That's my video.
Oh, I mean, are you kidding me? The biggest example of all of that is what's that fucking fat rat or whatever?
No idea.
Basically, it's basically a EDM musician on YouTube, and you know, like someone tried to claim and copyright his music as their own, and he had to really fight YouTube and everyone to say, that is my fucking music. I've owned the rights to my own damn music. But since this little shit decided to copyright claim it, saying, oh, this is my music because I want the money, it really shows how much YouTube doesn't pay attention.
Yeah.
Right.
And if that's the case, if that's the case, then honestly, get off the fucking platform then. Or, because I don't think YouTube is going to change or fix their anything anytime soon. They're not caring about the streamers. They're not caring about the content creators anymore. They're caring about profit.
So,
what can give them the best ad revenue? What can give them the best advertisements? Just what can make them grow?
Yeah.
Okay, so from what I hear, YouTube is actually the whole thing about like the reason why they're changing things so much is because they're apparently trying to get rid of YouTube gaming altogether.
Yeah.
Like, and what I mean by that, not just the app of YouTube gaming. I mean, they're trying to get rid of streaming and gaming on YouTube. They want to go back to just videos, which they don't realize that streaming is what gets them, you know, a lot of viewers, and as well as, you know, like gets them money, and they're trying to get rid of that.
Yeah, and they're going to fail miserably because, let's see, PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Game Grumps. I mean, those are just to name a few. Jelly, you know, like these are like million subscribed channels, and what are they all? Gaming.
Yep.
Gaming is the biggest platform on the YouTube outside of music.
Yep.
Literally, bar none, the second biggest thing on YouTube is gaming. You take that aspect away, you take away a majority of their money.
Yep.
So that is basically the story of why they're getting rid of all these things, why they're making it so much harder for you to be able to get sponsor, which, you know, to me is just,
I was just about to bring that up.
Right. It's ridiculous that you need to hit, you know, 30,000 subscribers. Like, that to me is just over the top ridiculous. How do you jump from 1,000 to 30,000?
Yep.
It's stupid. It's apparently because the smaller YouTubers aren't getting them the money that they want or something like that, something along those lines.
Which doesn't make sense because technically they're still taking profit from, you know, any of the people, like, you know, that are getting sponsorships. They're taking a bit of that money. If you have more people that are getting sponsors and stuff like that, you're making more money right there. Why are you going to take that away?
I know.
Like, to me, that's just telling me that they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to market this correctly, because, you know, there's certain people out there that they want to sponsor. Like, you know, for instance, you know, one of my viewers, you know, he wants to sponsor, but, you know, since I never hit that 1,000 limit before, you know, they did this change and everything like that. I'm not going to be able to get the sponsor button until I'm 30K.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's stuff like that, that really kind of drives me because, this has me basically end up moving over to Patreon to like give my viewers somewhat of what they want. You know what I mean? Like, like I don't really care too much in the sense of it, and what I mean by that is like, I'm not the kind of guy that's like, give me money, give me money. But I do think it's very stupid of YouTube to take away something that, basically benefits both them and the streamer, because they're just trying to get rid of something that is the best thing that they have going for them.
Yep.
And, it just doesn't make any sense at all. Like, when you think about it, I mean, I'm not sure if this is actually the case. Isn't there like something brand new to it? In order for you to be monetized now by YouTube, you have to hit a certain amount. Like you have.
I'm pretty sure that's always been the way, but most of us in this circle of streamers, we don't care about getting monetized.
Right. Right. And me, I don't care. I don't monetize. So the thing is, like, the reason I bring that up is, that's one of the things that, they keep changing. They're changing a whole bunch of different things to it. So, like, from what I've heard, like, you have to hit like 4,000 views or 4,000 subs or something.
It's 4,000 subs, about 10,000 hours watch time.
Right. So I'm not sure if they changed that recently or what they did with it exactly.
Well, that's supposed to be what's going to happen currently in January this year, around the time PAX starts. It's supposed to be now 4,000 subscribers, over 10,000 watched hours collaboratively.
And if you already have it,
yeah, and that's just a start. But it will build up eventually to the 30,000 mark and over 100,000 hours of watch time,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah. So the whole plethora of being a small-time YouTuber to try to grow, to try to see this from a hobby to a business eventually, to create your own dream, is just instantly diminished. It's like, no, sorry, we're looking for people who can make us rich, not passion projects.
Yeah.
And
that's all they care about, though. They only care about the money. They don't care what they're about to do to their users.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, is a huge fault in their plans, because they're not thinking longevity. They're thinking the right now, because Lindsay said it best to me. One of these days, PewDiePie is going to stop. Markiplier is going to stop. Jacksepticeye is going to stop. The Game Grumps are going to stop. The big named, big wig, make them the millions and millions of dollars, people are going to eventually stop YouTube. They're going to quit. Yep. They're going to be done so they can live their fucking lives. Yep. What then? What then?
And even Markiplier and Jacksepticeye have made videos in the past about talking about this kind of thing. They said it's not going to have any effect on them, but they're talking about how YouTube is going to be dicking over their smaller users.
Yep. Yeah, I watched the Markiplier video of that.
Yeah, I've seen it. And at least he was honest. He's like, yeah, it doesn't affect me. However, it affects other people. And that's the part that bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah. And these are big YouTubers. They could just easily not give a shit because they're bigger than everybody else. But they're actually feeling sorry for people like us.
Right.
Yeah, because they were once in our positions. They started off small, and it was a dream that turned into a reality. But now the dream is just that because of YouTube. It's now forever stuck as a dream. We will never achieve that reality because of the standards that YouTube is trying to give us.
Right.
It's like trying to impress the woman that you can never fuck.
Another thing YouTube doesn't seem to realize is they currently have a rival at the moment called Twitch.
Yeah, and because of that, because Twitch has the same rule set as YouTube. Yeah. However, they're more lenient.
Yeah.
They are a lot more lenient. You can use music on your streams. You're not going to get smacked for them.
Yeah.
You can do, specific things as long as you abide by their rules and regulations. And once you learn the rules and regulations, it's very similar to YouTube's, except for, hey, don't be a prick, don't do this, don't do that. If you're going to use music, we do recommend you try to use no copyright sounds. However, if that's not your thing, at least credit the fucking artists that you're playing their music. At least have like something as simple as like a playlist or whatever in your chat that says, hey, playing so-and-so, this is their song.
Yeah. I mean, the song I used for my intro, somebody else actually made that. And before I started using it, I went on to their video, asked, would I be okay to use this as my intro theme? And I will include your link in my description. And I did just that. And they said, that is perfectly fine.
Right. And that's the same thing like when it comes to me. The things that I use, I asked for permission first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My intro, my ending, those things were permission asked. And
mine's a different story. Mine was pretty much the same as your guys's. There's a heavy metal band that I've known, because of the members. They've been close friends of mine, born and raised in New Britain. Sean Shaw, Freddie Aberrante, Sebi Szczepaniak, and one of his friends. They are known as the Green Invaders. They play at the Hartford, Connecticut's small underground area known as the Webster.
Yeah.
They recently got signed, so I said, hey, I want to ask you and your label if it's okay to play your music on my channel. This was back like in early 2017, 2018. Like, hey, I want to use one of your songs to get people interested if they are hardcore metal, screamo type of fans. Yeah, sure, not a problem. Fucking YouTube algorithms just ban that goddamn stream because hey, can't use that, that's not yours. And I'm like, I have all the permissions, here's the email. Nope, can't use that, that's not yours. It's like, oh my god, YouTube, you could eat the fattest of fucking cocks.
Yeah, I had a friend who did something similar to your story. He was friends with a band and he used one of their songs in one of his videos.
Yeah.
And he got the video taken down, he got a strike. He had the lead singer of the band contact YouTube on his behalf, and they still did nothing, and they ended up deleting my friend's channel completely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, because YouTube doesn't give a shit about you. They give a shit about profits. What is making them profit?
Yep.
Your opinions don't matter. It's like, to you, your opinions matter, but to YouTube, no, your opinions don't fucking matter. You're not making them money. The only time your opinions matter is when you're making them money.
Yeah. I was just about to say something else, and I forgot what it was now.
Oh, it's fine.
It was definitely YouTube related.
I mean, if it's hitting a blank, I mean, we could always go to closing arguments because, let's see, 6 o'clock is your 6 o'clock is your midnight, correct?
I did have one more subject of this matter on mind. Article 13. Was it 13? I think it was.
Ooh, Article 13.
This
isn't interesting.
This is basically YouTube is not going to have a license for. No, sorry, not YouTube. Google is not going to license copyrighted material for the likes of the UK and Europe, which is going to have a big effect on the likes of me, Crispy. Who else is from the European county?
There's a lot of big streamers. Got Jan too.
Well, you got PewDiePie and you got Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, it's probably going to have a big effect on them because they won't be able to play games if this is going to be the case.
Okay, so let me read this up to Jacob in case he's confused.
Yeah.
So, Article 13 is basically a directive on copyright, where if like I guess most of those people who hold copyright over in the UK, it's going to be very fucking difficult. It's going to be called either they dubbed it the link tax or the meme bans. Long story short, it's just like anything you do within, like, say you use a specific internet, copyright ban. You use a certain game, copyright ban.
Wow.
Even if you use like something as simple as a meme on the internet, yeah, you get fucking flagged for copyright because these are proper, the fuck is it? Stewie, I think you have a better description of this, but it's basically fucking stupid, man.
Yeah. I hope I'm just misunderstanding it, and they're probably just not going to monetize that kind of thing. And if that's the case,
there's even the meme ban. It's literally, you wouldn't be able to use memes on through social media, anything like that anymore, because you will be taxed and possibly charged because they are based on copyright materials, which will fall foul of these laws. And then there's the link tax. That's Article 11 over in the UK as well, where you couldn't use like Google or any other website that is deemed a fair, appropriate use of digital press publication or information. You will have to pay a small fee to use those said sites as well as your original fee for your internet.
Wow. Nice.
So basically, you're getting fucked over there, buddy. If Article 13 passes and Article 11 passes.
Yep. So does that include Twitch as well, or?
If it's based on information, I'm thinking that's just knowing how it almost went down in America, where they were about to charge us. Yeah, with net neutrality, it sounds like very much the same thing over there with Article 11, where someone's saying, "Hey, let's take everyone for dime and dollar using the internet, even though there's already a flat rate for it. Let's keep diming and nickeling them every step of the way."
Yeah.
Because with net neutrality, it was basically not only would we have to pay for the service of say it was $60 a month flat rate, we would also have to pay it in individual packages. So if we wanted the social media package, we would have to pay a set price for like Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, this to use it on the internet.
Yeah.
For video games, that would be part of the entertainment package, and we would have to pay a set price. That's how ridiculous it got.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody said, hell to the fuck no, you can eat a bag of dicks, except for one man who wanted this idea.
So,
and I think he wasn't he like a CEO of some bullshit, or no, he wasn't a CEO. He was.
I wouldn't know. I'd have to look really deep into the situation.
Yeah, it was some like Indian fucking guy who's just like, hey, I want this to happen. Congress, help me make it happen. And everybody's like, well, let's do a vote. No. Because it's like everybody, the rich, the poor, everybody uses the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Because not only would you be nickeling and diming the poor, you would also be nickeling and diming the rich. And it's like, nope. Nope.
So basically, from what I understand, if it does go ahead, it's going to be all down to Google. And Google doesn't pay jack shit to anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope it is all down to a vote and everybody's just going to say, nope, fuck off.
Pretty much.
No.
The internet was originally created for the army, and then it became available to the world.
Yeah. And then it became...
Yeah.
We were about to say the same thing.
Yeah. It became available to the world.
Yeah. I was going to say it became a big profit for everyone around the world because people started using it for work,
For
as their
everything.
job, for selling things.
Yep. I mean, it's how most people became billionaires.
Yep. Oh, that's another thing. Apparently, we're going to be losing eBay and Amazon.
Yeah, as well as Wikipedia, supposedly.
Well, that's not for me. I don't even use Wikipedia.
No.
Well, Wikipedia is fighting to stay alive, basically.
Yeah, Wikipedia this entire year has been fighting. Well, last year has been fighting to stay alive, and somehow, they've been doing it.
Yep.
But they apparently need more money to keep themselves afloat, or otherwise they die. Oh well.
Well, I've got nothing else on mind. What about you guys? Anything else? Any other subjects on your mind?
Yeah, no. There's one. It's still in reference to the YouTube thing.
Okay.
It's just it's just a closing statement, though. It's basically, guys who are here, if you're still listening, if you're still watching, that's if they're,
Well, there's 3 viewers. So,
my advice, honestly, to you from a YouTuber who's been doing this for about 2 years now, and has only racked up about 518 subs, and has dealt with the quote-unquote rise and fall of YouTube within those 2 years. Move to Twitch. Do anything you want to do on Twitch.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start doing what everybody else is doing. Use that.
Yeah, I know it's an unfortunate circumstance to be saying, but the days of YouTube are really dying, and it's not so much the people who are building YouTube; it's the people who are running YouTube.
Yeah.
And if you want to bring offline content to YouTube, sure, that's fine. Just be careful of YouTube's rules and regulations. Work with them, not against them, for your offline content. But if you're doing strictly and solely streaming, stick to Twitch. Yeah. There's a lot more leniency. There's a lot more laid back, stuff to do. All you'd have to do is earn 100 followers and get like 30 hours of completed watch time within a week, which is not that hard if you could slowly build up an audience.
Yeah,
pretty good. Yeah, it's literally 30 hours of total watch time or so a week. And
I think
it's like 100 followers, which is not impossible. It's a slow grind, yes. It's like starting from scratch on the YouTube days, but it is possible. And it's a lot easier. Instead of doing raids, you just host, so that way all the people who are with you on your stream can instantly go with you. I mean, you could still do the raids. You can still do the hashtag Haggis raid or whatever. But you can at least take all those followers in one shot. They don't have to click a hyperlink.
Yeah.
They're just instantly sent from your stream to, bam, next person's stream right there and there, right there, then and there on the spot. Smooth, It's easy, it's fluid, it's amazing.
So yeah, I think I might sign up for that thing that allows you to stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. That everybody's using it right now.
Talking about
Mixer.
No, not Mixer.
No.
It's not Mixer.
Wasn't it?
No, because Kevin Tendo uses Mixer, Facebook Gaming, YouTube, and Periscope, and Twitch all on one. And I think it's like Multio or something like that.
I thought it was Mixer.
Stream.io. Stream.io.
I thought it was Mixer that
I'm not sure
to multi-platform.
No, I think I know what Stewie's talking about, but I don't think it's that Streamio thing. I think it's I think what he's talking about is, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It is I can't think of the name.
We'll probably think of it once the stream ends.
Pretty much,
No,
right?
it's StreamYard because it supports everything I was talking. It's all the social networks in one private place, and all you'd have to do is your email and one, literally one stream key, and you can open it up to all these others in one shot.
Yeah.
But I guess it's very similar to like how OBS works out. I guess it's just one giant streaming program, which, yay, but oof, at the same time.
Oh, yes. So,
I mean, it'd be great to get your name out there on multiple platforms, but
yeah.
Oh boy, can you handle all them chats at once?
We'll have to find out.
Yeah, right? Like, once your channel grows, can you really handle all that chat?
I mean, I guess all we can do is hope that things will get better, but...
Yeah, all in due time.
You never know.
All right. Okay. Let's see.
I've already got our raid target up.
Yeah, cool, because I think it's like, what, 3 a.m. for you?
Yep, and I'm not even tired because I've already had coffee.
Who's our raid target? Because I know Spanish Dude's still streaming.
I just streamed him a couple of days ago.
Okay.
But I am going to go and raid. Hang on a second, just let me get the thing up. Show me Firefox.
That Haggis raid, though.
Fuck's sake. Why is there no sound? Because I muted it.
Let's get it.
There we
Genius.
go.
Oh, Venge.
Yep. Let's go raid our boy Venge.
All right, let's go raid our buddy Venge.
There's like a lot of emotions running through my mind.
Just in case anybody is watching in the chat.
Crap. Not.
Let's go raid Venge. He's playing Super Mario Kart on Wii U and the Switch.
Excitebike used to be hype.
There's his link. There's the Haggis raid. Go give him a raid. Give him a sub. Give him a like. Anyway, I'm gonna head off now. So, where's Stewie, Shadow, and Raven? We'll see you all on the next stream. Until then, we're out of here.
I usually